it's called. If you're writing then, certain words and certain contexts might be understood by those peoples more so than, for example, now, which is where if we're reading this book now, you used the word vault before, and the question is like, okay, well, you yourself, you're like, well, I don't even know what that means, right? So
Yeah, I don't know what exactly I was trying to say, so I can't really glean any particular information from it.
right, but what we can take is that whatever they're claiming is the quote unquote firmament is clearly where they're claiming the heavens are. It's let's take its descriptive words. It's separating the waters from the waters. That is what's consistent about both of those verses. Whatever word they used to interlay those two is irrelevant to me. Something is separating the quote unquote waters from the quote unquote waters. And there's waters.
Could be referring to different states of water. So the clouds being water vapor and liquid water below, and then the land in the middle. It could be that too.
Okay,
and
but isn't space?
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, but isn't space supposed to be a vacuum?
Yeah.
So where would be the water in the vacuum?
There wouldn't be. That's not what is being talked about. With what I said, anyway.
All right.
With how I interpret it.
Well, I like it. I like where we started. I like where we've gotten this convo. I'm not saying that either one of us are convinced, but I think we got ourselves a nice little starting point, and I appreciate where we've gotten thus far. And I think now it is time to open it up. We can maybe
I will now put myself in Mighty. It is your time.
Yeah, we'll and Mighty is here, right? Yes, everybody's here.
Hello,
space
guys.
is not empty either. Guys, I don't believe in space. I don't believe in space. All right, I'm just gonna say it straight up. Hello. But if you guys are wondering why my name is Rose Escobar, we're gonna get to that. Oh, we are going to get to that today, guys. There's a lot of interesting stuff to discuss tonight. Yeah. A lot of interesting stuff.
Hello, yes, everyone. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. What up?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just having mic troubles just before the show, as usual. So I'm fine-tuning, but I'm there. I'm happy to be there, yeah, after this epic week. And 2 weeks, actually, because we haven't talked last week. I played some music during the show, and I don't know. It sounds like my sound is pretty bad. I'm trying to figure that out, but yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello. I'm glad to be back here with you on this fine Tuesday evening, and I'm glad that you took it over last week while myself and the rest of the crew were either relaxing or were tripping shrooms in the middle of New York City. Really? Either way, it was a great time. It was a great experience. Plenty of stuff to talk about, plenty of stuff to break down.
Yeah.
Lots of hilarious stories. Oh my God. I DM'd you about some of it, but I didn't even get to talk about it. But my God.
Yeah, it really sounded like it was epic. From following that from abroad was very interesting, and I had my particular set of accounts that I wanted to follow, and beyond that, I've seen some of the controversy happening throughout crypto Twitter in general. But yeah, it sounded like a very epic moment in good or bad.
Yeah. Yes. Well, here I'm gonna unshare my screen so that I can not distract you guys with this flat Earth nonsense. Even though I would love to play this clip where this astronaut tells you that we've never been to the moon. Or sorry, that's a lie. I lied to you. He claims that we destroyed the technology to go back to the moon, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. Huddle up. Oh, what is this? Oh, a little pig from the school. Dude, I was zooming on roomies all night. All right, let's just break it down. This is a beautiful pic though. Man, I gotta say, I was completely right. Was I right or was I right about how short everybody was? I'm not even that tall, but I'm just saying, my God, I couldn't have been more correct.
I don't know
But
if okay, I think I got back my microphone finally. I don't know. It seemed like yeah, you were like a giant on the pictures, and or I don't know if it's you being that tall or others being small. I don't know. That was
I'm not. I'm
that
really
was
not that
funny.
tall. That's. You know what's so funny? The first thing that Connie said to me. This is the funniest thing. This is I laughed so hard. The first thing that Connie said to me when we saw each other in person was, he's like, "Bro, you ain't even that tall." That's the first thing he said to me, and I was like, I don't know if you can really say that to me, but I'll let you say it. I'll let you say it. I was loving it. It was a great vibe. We had a lot of good moments, and we'll break them down. And I still want to get to the Rose Escobar thing, but I'll save that. We'll save that. Maybe
But
we get right into that though.
but yeah, like to
Maybe we get
me,
right.
it was really beautiful to see some of those moments happening with the team, and yeah, I was really moved to follow your journey, and yeah, I would have loved to be there, but unfortunately, it is what it is. But I'm looking forward the gossips and everything. Like I've prepared everything I noticed this week, that is still kind of haunting me, and that we could talk about, and yeah, share. I think meeting our perspective might be an sparking interesting things.
Yes. Hold on, I gotta take my screen off. All right. But yeah, man. Wowzers, what a trip, man. Mighty. I will say though, it was you were the one person I was like, dude, if Mighty was here, I mean, we would be with this city would be ours.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, fuck New York City. I'm gonna say it right now. Fuck New York City. All right, you live in New York City, you're a psychopath. I don't know what's wrong with you. All right, you got issues. Okay, you want to live in New York, you got serious problems. Okay, I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, fuck that place. Getting out of there made me. I got nothing else to say about it. It's a great time if you want to go there for a couple days. I would never in my lifetime live there. Oh my god, absolute chaos, 24/7. You walk outside, there's people everywhere, and that's cool. That's great for a certain period of time. But man, I could never live there. Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, it was super vibey.
That's what I heard.
That night in
Yeah. About New York.
Oh my god. Okay, yes. Caroline is bringing up the one moment, which we will. I need to see that. I was seriously all right. So, full disclosure, in these pics right here, I don't really look all that. I don't really look all that fucked up. But earlier in this night, I had done a little bit of shroomies, or maybe a decent amount of shroomies. I don't really know. I was drugged. This girl gave me a pill which had psilocybin powder in it, and she put it in my beverage, and I drank it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, bottoms up. I said, let's get it. And I'm not even lying. I don't know what it was, but it had me zooming, dude. Like my mind was on 1,000. I was thinking so sharp. I don't even know how to describe it, man. I just couldn't. Easy, 100%. Easy. When me and Connie were at the event, he told me that you and Rizzle were coming to that event, and I was so hyped up. I was like, I cannot wait till they get here. And I'm so glad that you guys came through. It was such a wholesome experience to meet everybody in person. It makes me feel way more. It makes me honestly like trust you guys a lot more, because at the end of the day, who knows? You guys could all be CIA operatives just ready to take us all out. But like I said, I really wish that Mighty you were there, but you were there in spirit, no doubt. And it's who knows? Maybe we have a Paris meetup and we just all go to Paris. Maybe that's the vibe.
Yeah, or I can find a private jet to fly to the US or something. But yeah, I don't know. We will see in the future how that goes. But I was definitely there in spirit, like every day, looking and checking what's happening. And I was on the board looking for, yeah, trying to make myself up an idea of the event in general, and of course the crew riding through it, and yeah, at some point I really identified myself through how Rizzle approached the event, because that's exactly how I would have done it myself, like, going with no ticket and just being at the karaoke in front of the conference and have fun with the real ones. And that's exactly how I see, um, how I've seen how your trip has been kind of. But I don't know if you had tickets actually. Did you went to the conference itself or not?
No, yeah. No, yeah, it's a good point actually. I didn't have a ticket, and I just literally I had a lot of events that I was quote unquote invited to, and I guess I went to those. And then
Mm-hmm.
I would just kind of call people at times, and I was like and I was just like, "Yo, where you guys at?" And then I would just kind of go there. I would go from just thing to thing, but I never, I don't know why anybody would go to the event, because it seemed like there were so many events outside of
Mm-hmm.
the actual events that there was plenty to do, so much to do. And yeah, but man, so yeah, no, I didn't have a ticket. I did not have a ticket, which definitely is the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But I know some people did. Did you impersonate me to get in my? No, not quite, not quite. Not to say that I'm sure having a ticket is also probably nice too. I'm sure that there was benefits to that, but me personally, I had no well, first of all, I didn't want to spend the money, and second of all, it was just it was cool. There's so many things to do, man. But my trip there was horrible. It took me 11 hours to get
Why?
there.
How did you get there?
So I drove, and from Pittsburgh to New York, it's supposed to be a 6-hour drive. And yes, Carolina has said the news. So basically, on my way to Brooklyn, I was about halfway through my journey. It was about 3 hours into the trip. I was already feeling a little bit fucking on edge. I was like, all right, fuck this. I hate driving. I didn't even want to. To be honest with you guys, I'll be dead ass. When it came to me actually leaving, I had no interest in fucking going. None. I didn't want to leave my house. I didn't want to drive. I didn't want to do any of it. I was like, fuck this. I don't want to go. But I knew that I had to. I knew that the opportunity was ripe. I knew that I was going to meet everybody. I was like, I have to do this. And I was invited to an event that Monday night that I was supposed to be at, which I ended up missing. So this is what happened. So halfway through, I'm 3 hours into the trip. I'm not feeling it. My phone already had some cracks in it. And I guess I missed a turn, or I don't know. Something happened that caused me to throw a minor temper tantrum, which then caused me to shatter my phone on my wheel, basically. I smashed it off my car wheel, and the screen went completely black. And that's when I realized I had fucked up, because I had no idea where I was. And because of that, I completely panicked. And so I pulled off the road, and I got to the first gas station, and I'm in the middle of PA, which IQ levels drop in the middle of PA. So I'm asking people where to go, and they don't really have any advice for me. So I did everything I could. I got a girl's phone. I told her to download Discord. I joined my own server. I DM Connie on a random girl's account. Yes. And I say, hey, and then I call her, and I said, yo, I call him, and I said, dude, I don't know what to do. I'm like 3 hours away, and I'm using this random girl's Discord to call you, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. And so, after crunching some thoughts, I was like, okay, I think I know what I should do here. I need to find a phone repair place. And long story short, I ended up finding it, but it took me like 3 hours to properly get to the phone repair place, because I had nothing but written down directions. Mm-hmm. And the first written down directions I had gotten were wrong. And so I ended up in the middle of nowhere. So what I did is I turned back around. I go back to the same gas station. I say, hey, whoever gave me these directions is fucking dumb. They didn't take me anywhere. And then this other girl's like, oh yeah, she wrote this down wrong, blah, 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 blah. I know where to go. Go here. So I follow her directions. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, like, this is 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. So that's an hour. I get back, an hour's gone. So now I drive another hour to get to a whole nother area where there's all kinds of civilization. And I was kind of like, okay, once I got there, I've made it to like a Target. And I was like, all right, there's got to be a phone repair place around here. So I ask one of the workers, I was like, hey, I need a phone repair place. And guys, at this point, I'm ready to go fucking home. Like I have no interest in going at this point. My phone's fucking broken. I don't know where I'm at. I'm asking everybody for directions. I'm starving. I'm sweating. I'm just like, I'm done with this. I'm fucking over it. So I finally end up finding a place. And I get there literally like 20 minutes before they close because it's like 7:40 in this mall, and the mall closes at 8. And luckily, this dude fucking saves my life. He's like, let me do it for you. He fucking charges me like $100 to get my fucking screen fixed, which, by the way, he definitely taxed me. That shit was not fucking 90, like $100, whatever he charged me. And so I get it fixed. Luckily, I just paid it. I was like, all right, let's get out of here. And so it was bad. And so I did that. And then once I got my phone on, it was like locked for 30 or 40 minutes. And so I sat there in this parking lot and I said, okay, I'm going to punch the directions in. And if I'm closer to New York, I'll go to New York. If I'm closer to Pittsburgh, I'm just going back home. Miraculously, I was closer to New York. So I bucked up and I said, let's hit the road. Let's fucking do this. And so that's what I did. I ripped it and I went to New York, and by golly, I'm glad I did, because the trip was a great time, and it was worth meeting every single one of your beautiful faces and hearing your lovely voices in person, and getting to feel you guys with my hands. That was nice. It was beautiful. It was. Now, yeah, so I mean that's why it took me. It took me 11 hours in total to get there. I don't want you feeling me, thanks. Come on, Drago. Meat sacks for the win. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy out here. But Mighty, I can't lie though. It was I was withdrawn. I was withdrawn from our chats every week. I was withdrawn from just, being able to have you right there with us. And so I was missing you. But I'm curious, how was your week? And then maybe we can get into some of the stuff that went down.
Well, I missed you too, and but that's all fine. And I was really happy to see that happening. Really, that you made it to New York, beyond all difficulties, and I'm sure everyone has their own kind of difficulties to attend there. But after all, some of the not some, but all the things I've seen from the crew here was of the most pleasing ones I've seen all across the space when looking at the event. So I was really moved by it once again. So that's very cool, and I'm happy that you had this luck to meet everyone. And yeah, my week has been very cool since the week before I had to Spain, and still recovering from the. I didn't had a time to chill yet, and fortunately enough, I fixed all the thing a week ago, and then I could have a very chill week just to release the pressure and everything. Just be watching at everything and not being too much involved with anything. So just made a bit of music on the side, still accumulating some loops, while constantly I optimized all my screens so I could not miss a beat, and basically I'm looking forward to maybe have some holidays here and there during the summer, but until then I'm still on the board, like following everything, and still got that trading position open, and I'm quite freaking out to miss this one, so that's why I'm still as well on the board. But that's good times, and I've been enjoying following the craziness, because we can get into it after that. But what a week, like emotionally, even for myself, staying at home and everything, it's been already overwhelming on many levels, and I can just have enough empathy for everyone looking to like us defend from day one the ethos and the ethics of the space, and why people were here for in the first place, compared to what is going on recently in the news and the direction that yeah, the question of decentralization and all that is pretty perturbed to me right now. But yeah, I really saw at some point the NFT NYC beyond the good aspects, the fact that it was to me kind of an all-time high of all the fraud that's been happening the past 2 years. Um, yeah, top of
For real.
the fraud, especially 2 weeks after the crash, and the hypocrisies, like the cognitive dissonance between yeah, the grand celebration of NFT in New York and all and blood in the street at the same time, you know. So yeah.
Oh, that's a great point. We should definitely get into that. I think that will be a good topic because I know exactly where your head's at with that. And I couldn't agree more in some respect. You know, I didn't even kind of frame it like that, but that's a really good point because yeah, that really makes sense. Um but yeah, because I know you shared something with me we're in our group chat recently that was pretty wild. And I what was most wild to me is that it seems as if it is unspoken about. It seems as if nobody is talking about it. And I find that to be maybe one of the more interesting parts. But I agree with what you're saying, you know, like NFT NYC, despite the music side. Because by the way, I really felt like the music side of things was incredible. Like I felt like there was a lot of music events, a lot of good, like from our side of things. Like when I say our side of things, I mean, you know, the genuine, like, you know, why we're here, right? Like what we're really building, what we're really trying to still experiment with, and what has yet to really have its big moment. You know, music NFTs and music in general in Web3 has still yet to have its moment. You know,
Yeah.
it really hasn't. Like there's plenty of things that have popped up that have absolutely, you know, pushed music forward, but
Yeah.
in the space, but I don't think that we've had that major push yet. So I felt very good about that, you know, being around a lot of those events because it still seems super genuine. I met and had so many great conversations with a lot of people, including people that you would never guess. Yes, even them.
Mm-hmm.
Like in person, fucking pulled him to the side. Fucking had the best combo. Like, bro, granted, I was tripping shrooms when I had these combos. So I don't really know if I got anywhere, but I know that I got a few DMs after those combos. So I know that they went well enough. Lots of good things were said, but yeah, I'm definitely big on the music scene still because there's no froth over here. There's no froth in the music scene. We're still here. You know, there is some froth, but it's not the music itself. It's more of the why. The whys is still the frothy part, but like, you know, if you stay true to you, I think in this space particularly, there's plenty of realness and genuine people
Yeah, of course.
and stuff still going here, and I think that's good. But I do agree with you though
Mm.
that on some ends, with the crash and with, you know, NFT NYC and some of the performances that we saw, you know, with who was the big one? Was it was fucking Eminem and Snoop Dogg? Was it those two? Or was it Dr. Dre? I don't know. Am I tripping? Oh, Snoop and Eminem. Yes. Yes. Exactly. The A right, which by the way, that's part of the controversy here that I'm sure we'll dive into. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, what do you what do you think about all of that? I don't know. I've just been ranting. Yeah.
What you mean? Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you say, is that the most of the worst aspects, unfortunately, and like always, unfortunately, make more noise than the good things, and that's why, yeah, I still never doubted about the fact that there is all, you know, this I consider a pretty massive group of you know great people, great artists, and even beyond artists, people coordinating the space um, in there, but that are not really touching the success that they should deserve. I would say what we hear about and what we've seen, the controversies over NFT and YC, were basically what's the worst. And so of course it highlights this aspect and the nonsense sometimes, because you face some things that are pretty wild when you're outside really. I speak even outside of NFTs, for normal not normal people, but for everyone to witness what's going on there. It's pretty wild to get your head around it, about how it works and this is exactly what it is about. So beyond that, I know, and I look forward every day to the ones that keep grinding beyond the crash, beyond the difficulties of the everyday, to continue to build on the genuine vision and make it happen. And that's what I enjoy really seeing the most every day. If it would have disappeared, I wouldn't be there anymore. But I see it every day. I touch it, and that's beautiful, because even for me, it helps me, keep hope on the fact that there's still some power on our side, and um, a way to counterbalance all this nonsense, basically.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Easy says it best, right? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we just fucking we're not here to see Eminem, take over the fucking NFT scene, which, if he deservingly does, then great, but as we all know, it's all just some fucking shilly, bullshit, basically. Like, it's not what we want. It's not legit. It's not something that we're actually all for. That's not what we're here for. Which, I mean, I used to be a fan of Eminem. I used to be a Slim Shady Maxi back when I was in high school. 10 years ago.
Me too.
But yeah, but I mean, that was 10 years ago, and I grew up. But I'm kidding. No, not really. I haven't really grown up. But nonetheless, and I think we could talk about that doc at one point, but maybe we wait until maybe the end to get to that. But
I mean, there wasn't only that. I mean, for me, there was also, signals like no origin being sold to eBay. If you
Oh man! Oh wow! Okay, yeah, you're bringing it up. Yeah, all of it. We're seeing a all right. Here's me calling it right now. We are literally witnessing a monopolizing of the space. That's what we're witnessing right now.
Mm-hmm.
They have, and you want to know why? It's because everybody got too fucking greedy. And it doesn't make any fucking sense to me, because I like, it literally makes no sense to me. Just makes no fucking sense. But basically, the reason why this has been able to happen is because everybody over leveraged. They did this, they did that, they did a deal with the wrong person, and then they got fucked, and now there's no choice.
Yeah.
Now they have no choice.
The market pressure.
Yeah, and so now they're just getting bought out by all these bigger companies who were prepared to buy them out. And you got FTX buying up every other little fucking thing that goes under. They want them all to go under. And that's why I think you're right, in the sense that this could get much, much worse, because at this point, it's literally a battle for everything. People just want to buy up cheap assets now. Now they just see it as a way, like, let's get shit as low as possible so we can just rip it all back up. Which, by the way, I'm not saying it should be. I'm not saying that's bullish, but it kind of is. It's kind of bullish. Like, what I mean by this is, like, in the short term, it's certainly not bullish. But what I mean by bullish is, like, it's positive that people want to own all this stuff because they know it's going to be the foundation of everything.
Yeah, it's going to be what threaten their position. And so immediately, yeah, without talking about how the market is manipulated potentially, and that yeah, you can pretty much see through the fact that all institutions right now might bet to get the Bitcoin as low as possible to like crash crypto at least one last time before it really goes up. And so there's this semi-artificial crash. I don't know how much it is artificial or not, but
I mean, look, I
so
I don't know.
it forces companies to be on the bailout and then be acquired by the ones that are pulling the strings basically of that to monopolize the space. And so far all the moves shows that decentralization is still far kind of a far dream when it comes to NFTs, at least. I mean, for cryptocurrency we know Bitcoin is a success for that very decentralization, but when it comes to NFTs, it's still a bit complex. At least it can work, but the way assets would be purely decentralized are not the way people use NFTs every day. So, yeah.
Right. Exactly. I think, and it's, and look, I almost feel like this makes sense to me. Like, I don't know. I'm not happy about it. I don't like the fact that it has to go like this, but this is kind of what I expected. And in a lot of ways, man, we could, the fact that we're all still here, I mean, we should give each other a pat on the back. That doesn't mean it's not going to get harder. And I hope it doesn't get too much fucking harder, because god damn, still got to pay my bills, guys. Fuck. I got to pay my bills for months and forever, I guess. You know what I mean? Unless I just fucking get at it and let's skedaddle and go build a dirt home. But my point is like, this is what we've kind of been waiting for. And it's unfortunate, but it is kind of the period that we all knew we were going to have to endure to be able to get to that next leg. And, if we can get through this, which I do think may be a challenging, rough waters, but if we can get through this, I mean, man, big W's for all of us. But let's hope that we can get through it. But yeah, man.
What's up, Sandy?
Oh, let's go, Sandy. Wow. All right. I feel like now that we have all of the I feel like now that we have everybody in here, I think it's time we address one thing really quick, because I think it's kind of funny, but I don't know what happened, and I need to get to the bottom of it right now.
It's not funny.
Who said that? Who was it? Was that Dragonite? Hello?
Yeah, I think.
What did you say? What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Who said what?
I thought you said something.
Oh, no, not at all.
Drago, if you're going to say something, you got to fucking say it with your chest, my guy. I can't hear you.
With my chest, huh?
Well, say it with whatever you want. I just can't hear you.
No, it's not funny.
I don't know. I don't know what he's saying. Anyway.
I tried to say it with well, not with my peen. I tried to say it with my chest. I said, no, it's not funny.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Escobar. Okay. Peep my name. Okay. All right, guys. All right. We got to break this down. So basically, I got a call the other night. All right. And now all right. So first off, when I got back, I was super sick. I never get sick. And everybody was like, oh, everybody got COVID. I was like, what the fuck? So I thought maybe I had this mystery disease. Turns out my body is fucking dynamite. And the next day I woke up and I felt amazing. So no, listen, easy. You can't get it if you don't test. Okay. So I never tested and I never will. So, and by the way, if I have it, I don't care. Because guess what? My body is fucking dynamite, okay? But at least my immune system. Let's say my immune system, okay? But here's my point is. Here's my point is. I got a call and I was delirious. I was like trying to go to sleep. It was like 11:40 at night on about still a spreader, son. Okay. Listen, I've spread way worse things, Hidden Forces. Trust me, okay? Trust me. And guess what? One Z-Pack will get rid of it. Now here's the story of the lifetime, guys, because I'm still convinced somebody in here knows what I'm talking about. Here's what's going on. I get a call Saturday night from a random number, blocked number. And this person, which sounded like a South American woman, very heavy accent, and they claimed their name was Rose. They claimed their name was Rose Escobar. This figure, who I'm still not convinced was real, and that's why I'm bringing it up in this Discord right now, because if anybody is to know who it is, they're in here right now. And I have my theories right now, but I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to call out anybody just yet. But I'm saying somebody tried to play me. Somebody tried to prank me. And listen, it almost worked. It almost worked. Yeah, it was bad. So basically here's what happened. So I get this call. They claim that their name is Rose Escobar. Literally, I get a call and they claim their name is Rose Escobar. They claim, this person on the phone claims that I said insane shit that I would just never say. But nonetheless, they claimed that I was, I don't want to be vulgar here, but apparently this person was claiming that I gave them my number in the middle of Times Square. I have no recollection of this whatsoever. Zero idea. Easy, that is very true, but the shit they were trying to say I said was up there. Like, and look, I say some wild shit, even when I'm like, maybe, trying to slide in there, whatever it is. But I would never say the shit that this lady was trying to say I was saying. This was a girl. So this girl calls me and basically says, I swear, all right, I'm just going to tell the story, all right? She basically calls me, asks me where I'm at, asks me all these weird questions, knows my name is Cody, knows I make music, knows I was in New York for some music shit, knew way too much about me, and then basically asked me if I was trying to fuck. And I was like, whoa, I don't know who you are. And they're claiming that I said to them wild shit. And I'll tell you right now, I say some wild shit, but I would never say that. I would never say the shit that this lady was trying to say I was saying. But she was so aggressive, I was kind of interested. I was like, all right, like, who are you? Like, I was like, first of all, I'm in Pittsburgh and I'm fucking like in my bed right now trying to go to sleep. So I'm dumbfounded right now. I don't know who you are. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't remember meeting you at all, but I'm getting this call. When did this happen? This was Saturday. I got a call Saturday night. And so her name was Rose Escobar. She claimed her name was Rose Escobar. This is why I changed my name to Rose Escobar, because it's a fucking mystery, guys. And I'm convinced. I am 100% convinced it is somebody that was within the group that I met up with in Times Square. And that would have been somebody within this fucking Discord. That's right. That's right. I have a theory. Not me, says Hidden Forces. Okay. One's opting out. Carolina says it's not her. All right. Everyone's opting out. Listen, I didn't expect anybody to opt in now. I'm just saying it was dumbfounding. It was dumbfounding because they knew way too much about me. They were saying things that I would never say, though. And I don't even want to say them because flabbergasted. Yes, exactly. Absolutely. It wasn't me. Sandy, I'm not going to lie to you. My theory is you want to know my theory? I think it's Sandy and Carolina. It was one of those two. That's my guess. That's my guess. And look at them. They both say MMAO, right? Come on. We don't even have your number. You guys could have got it, though. Did they look like either of them? I don't even have your number. That's what you guys are going to say? That's what you guys are going to say? Should have minted the call. Easy. If I wasn't fucking on my back sick, I would have recorded the whole call. Because the shit that this girl was saying to me was insane. I was just dumbfounded. And I said that to her. And so what I said at the end of the call, my rebuttal to her at the end of the call was, send me a picture. And she said, nudies? I'm like, no. I said, send me a picture of your fucking face so I can see what you look like. I don't even recognize you. I was so confused. And guys, look. If this girl was attractive, or if I actually gave her my number, which really isn't even in my natural state, that's just not something I would normally do, unless it was a surefire thing. And it was in Times Square, which at that point in time I was a little drunk and I was definitely on shrooms. So, but I think my memory was pretty top notch. Like I remember Sandy calling me an Uber home. So if I remember that part, and by the way, I actually did go to a girl's house after this. So I don't know what the fuck is going on, guys. This is what I'm trying to say. I have no idea who this could have been, which is why I think it was a prank, which is why I'm convinced there was somebody in here. And if it's not anybody in here, well, then we got a way bigger problem, guys. A way bigger problem. But I'm going to pause. So we got to look for this. I do not believe anybody in here, but I did do that. Yes. Sandy did buy me a lift home, and because of it, she earned an NFT. That's right. But don't anybody else get these ideas, all right? She deserved it, okay? She saved my life last second and got me home. And yeah, so. But anyway.
Have you looked up on social medias or could find any?
Yes. I looked up the name. I did everything I could. They claimed that they were calling me from WhatsApp. And guys, the number was no caller ID. I gotta know, like, it had to have been a fucking prank. But my thing that I can't get over is how does this person, I mean, guys, I don't even want to say the shit that they were saying, but like they knew a little bit about me. And I don't know how. And they were like, I met you in Times Square. It was a brief encounter. You gave me your number. You said this, and I know I didn't say it. So it was sexual things. Let's just say that it was vulgar sexual things. And guys, I mean, like, look, even if I was trying to hit on this girl, I wouldn't have said these things. That's all I'm saying. I just wouldn't have said them. That's just period. That's just what it is. I wouldn't have said them. We went to hear them. That's hilarious. I'm baffled, guys. All right. Now you guys want to know the details. Unreal. Well, I mean, all right. I guess we went this far.
We came for the gossip, so that's yeah.
I mean, this is straight conspiracy.
But that's wild.
Yeah, this is straight conspiracy. I mean, because guys, like at the end, and by the way, I wasn't even against it. I told whoever was on the phone, which by the way, it was definitely a girl. It wasn't like a guy pretending to be a girl. Like this was definitely a girl. And either one, she was absolutely foreign, or two, she was really good at faking a foreign accent. It was one or the other. But she 100% claimed that I told her that, dude, I'm not even going to say it, all right, guys? I'm not going to fucking say it. But she claimed, I'll say one thing that she claimed. I said, she on one hand claimed that I said I hook up with all of these girls. I would never fucking say that, okay? I would never say that. Even if I did, I wouldn't say that. First of all, that's not even an attractive thing to say to somebody. Why would I walk up to a random girl on the side of the street, give her my number, and say, yeah, I hook up with all these girls. We should fucking hook up. What? Who the fuck would say that to someone? Nobody. This is why I find they're actually kind of a smart line. That's how I know Hidden Force gets no gash. Trust. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Hidden Force probably tears it up, all right? I don't know. The point is, I'm dumbfounded, and now that everybody in here is denying it, which I can't even lie, guys. I don't load the prom. Oh my god, please. This is probably the funniest part. I beat the pussy. Oh my god. Okay. And then there is one other. So guys, just to round out that story, I told her last second, I said, hey, send me a picture of your face, which she thought I was trying to claim. I told her to send me nudes, which, by the way, absolutely was not what I was asking her to send. And I never got a picture. I never got another call. Nothing. It was the end of that. Because, by the way, if this girl was attractive, I'd have been like, hey, yeah, come to Pittsburgh. Like, let's figure it out. Didn't happen, all right? So I don't know. She isn't real. It's all fake. I don't know what happened. Point is, whatever. And I find it strange. And look, there is another theory, because I do know a girl in Brooklyn who I did hang out with a few times while I was in New York. It was literally just a coincidence. This girl, no lie, was like 10 blocks away from the house I was staying at too. And in New York, I find that astronomically crazy. Like, it was crazy luck, I guess you could say. And she claims it wasn't her either. If it was anybody at all, I would have thought it was her. And she claims it was not her, and I don't know why she would lie to me. She would definitely tell me the situation. Could have just been the mushrooms. But see, I was back at my house at this point, so I wasn't tripping. So I was asleep in my bed in Pittsburgh, completely off of the shroomy droomies, and I was chilling. And I might have been sleeping. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I won't lie, though. It could have all been a dream, maybe, but I've been waiting for this moment to ask everybody in here who is the culprit, because, my God, I was absolutely confused that night. But nonetheless, the New York City trip was an absolute blast. It was an absolute banger. And that night that everybody's talking about right now, that Sandy is talking about, I actually did my first performance ever. That's correct, everybody. I know.
That's cool. The first ever as my...
Exactly, Mighty. Exactly. I was nervous as fuck. They talked me into it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done it. I've never performed live with the vocals, doing my own music. I went to this part. I went to this event for the Wave World event. I don't know. I got invited to this thing, so I went to it. The event was insane, by the way. Like, I don't know how much money they spent on this event, but it was too much money. I can tell you that right now. They spent way too much money on this event. But I went in there, and they talked me into it, and I did it, and I did my best. Nate has never seen such bullshit before. I love it. Listen, we should all be skeptical at this point of everything that's going on. But after that event, that's when I took the shroomies, and that's when I met everybody in Times Square, and that is when Sandy and I and Carolina were walking, waiting for Connie to get marijuana out of his hotel room so that we could smoke it. Only for him to smoke it and then leave us. By the way, only for him to smoke it and then leave us. We thought that he was gonna share the drugs. No, he just came down, he smoked some weed, and then he fucking dipped. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, we waited, and at the end of the day, like, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to chill with the homies. But respect to him. He did his thing. But we ran across a group of very young people in the middle of Times Square, and we were absolutely confused. Is this it right here? Oh my God. All right. I'm going to download this. And I'll download this, and then I'll share my screen, and we'll watch this together. So while we were at this event, let me pull it up. Let me pull this up for you guys. This is about to be wild. I haven't seen this. I don't know if you edited it. All right, hold up. Let me open it. Open with QuickTime Player. No edit? Oh, this is about to be hilarious. All right, guys, you have no idea what you're about to see right here.
It. Yeah.
By the way, guys, so I don't even remember this. I don't remember this whatsoever. Okay, I remember it. I'm not saying I blacked out. I'm saying, like, I don't remember exactly what was said here, so bear with us. So basically, this is after everything I said. It's after the first performance. I'm a little shroomy trippy, running around in Times Square with the whole Token Smart gang, and we for some reason ran into this group of fucking rambunctious. This is like Lord of the Flies, bro. I'm talking 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds running around like goddamn adults, just doing whatever the fuck they wanted in the middle of Times Square. So we just had to stop them on the side of the street and said, "What are you fucking kids doing?" And so what we did is we decided to run an impromptu interview and ask them the deets as to what exactly was going on. So we're going to go ahead and we hope everybody clicks on the stream and gets prepared for what is known as, we don't know what to call this, but this was the, we basically, I don't know what to call it. I mean, we just interviewed these kids. Right?
Yeah, it's like a segment. It's like a segment in the My World News. I want to see it with the sound. Let's go.
Yes. So I will play it now, but please click on the stream as directed by Carolina's last message, and we will see where this goes. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't remember, but I'll give you guys a few more seconds to click on the stream before we engage in this 4 minutes and 28 seconds of potentially chaos. This might be really boring. I don't know, but let's see how we go here. And Sandy was the camera woman. I know that there's a few surprises in here, so this is gonna be great. Giving people time to join the stream. Hell yeah, absolutely. Is everybody prepared? Everybody who wants to see the film, get ready to go. I'm about to click the old play button any second now, and we should be very excited. Carolina was the camera woman assistant. Yes. Here we go. I'm gonna hit play now. Let's get it.
I'm ready.
The world premiere of the interviews of the Lord of the Fly kids in the middle of Times Square. Here we go.
That's crazy. I mean, I guess you can see still.
Okay, and we're live.
Excuse me, did anybody want to get interviewed for the MightyMai show? Absolutely. About what's going on here? Yeah. Who wants to be the guy? Us two. Yeah. All right. So what's up? All right. We good?
And we're live.
All right, great. I don't really have a mic. All right. So we're live with the MightyMai show right now. We're here on the streets of Times Square, correct? All right. Who knew? And we're here with you guys want to introduce your names? Ryan. Two Ryans. All right. Figures. What are the odds? Now here's the question: what are you guys doing out here tonight? Because we see that there's a group of very young and attractive people.
We got the Plainest prom and we got the Bethpage prom. Wow. Together in Times Square, New York, all just collectively just hanging out, just having a good time. It's truly special.
Okay, so it's senior prom?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, we got more. No, please step in. Let's step in.
And we're live.
We're just over here interviewing you guys on the MightyMai show live right here on the Times Square walk. And we're wondering what is going on with all these young, attractive
After prom.
people. It's the after prom. Yes. Are you a part of the after prom as well, sir? Okay. Well, I mean, wait. Where should we put this? Wait.
This will be on TikTok and it will be on MightyMai, and we have a special collab for this as well.
Okay, you guys don't know what co-ops are. What's your TikTok? What is our TikTok? We're gonna have to make one.
It's at Token Smart. It's at Token Smart.
They got the channel. We got it.
Yeah.
I'm just out here.
Respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys have any advice for other high schoolers that are trying to, have a fucking rambunctious time with their attractive counterparts?
Don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
That's actually, listen, guys. Listen, from a veteran, and I mean me, wrap it up. Trust me, you never know. But I'll tell you this, guys. I've had coughs worse. You know what I mean, right? It's not that big of a deal, all right? As long as it's not herpes. That shit's for life. Right? Alright, if you guys got anything else that you want to say?
I'm trying to spread the love,
You're trying to spread the love. Spread love, not chlamydia.
Okay. It's tough times we got, We spread love, you don't spread STDs, and you don't spread hate. It's simple as that.
Yeah,
Spread love. Fuck ISIS. Fuck ISIS.
Saved by the girl. I like that. She knows how to keep him uncanceled. That's good. That's good. But fuck ISIS. Come on now. You know what I mean? And we don't even know who ISIS is. They did kill. ISIS killed Biggie Smalls.
They killed him. That's crazy.
ISIS killed Biggie Smalls. I was at that studio tonight.
That's a great question.
Well, he didn't die at that studio, but the Quad Studios, I was there tonight, and yeah, I don't know. But guys, saying this was completely. Go ahead, please.
I have a question for you.
Oh, hit me with it.
Would you rather have a thought daughter or like a nerd son?
I think I'd be okay with both of them. I thought daughter might be a little bit more of a difficult one to handle. But at the same time, you know, as long as we have a great relationship and I'm okay with it, yeah, and at the end of the day, I'm never going to be okay with anything that anything does. Ultimately.
At the end of the day, she's gonna find the one that she
She's going to be a fucking slut anyways, all right? Whether I fucking tell her to not be one or not. So
She can make her own decision.
yeah, exactly. She'll have my last name, so she's going to be a fucking slut, all right? So it just is what it is. I have two sisters. I already know the vibes. But yeah, I don't know. You guys got anything else you want to leave the camera with? You look like kind of like Logan Paul. Has anybody ever told you that?
Logan Paul.
Loki, yeah.
No, I see it.
Blonde hair with the fucking Logan Paul all day.
see it.
With the Superman? No, I know it. But I know it is the face. I don't know. There's something about the structure. Very handsome. Love it.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Fucking,
no, I
cut it.
You guys are wild.
Oh my god. Dude, I don't know if anybody else can
That's
see it,
fair.
but
That's fair.
my eyes are fucking bugging, dude. My eyes are bugging in that. I'm just seriously so tweaked. That is so hilarious. I love it. That's a good time, guys. That's a great time. I don't even know what to say. I'm not even high in that. I think that's just the roomies, dude.
I mean,
We should do that. Go ahead, please.
that's great insights for the show. I mean,
Don't be silly, wrap your willy. That's right. I mean, there was actually a lot of good quotes in there. He asked me if I would rather have a thought daughter or a nerd son. I didn't know that was my answer. I'm happy with my answer. She's gonna be a fucking slut anyways. No, that's great. That's good stuff. It runs in the blood. It runs in our blood. I have two sisters. Okay, guys. Yeah, spread love, not chlamydia. That's it.
yeah.
That's it. But sometimes, sometimes that just comes along with the love, Sometimes that comes along with it. But I will tell you this one. This is a bonus secret for you guys. If she gives you chlamydia, she's probably not the one. But you can risk it. Probably gonna cheat on you though.
Not
Probably gonna
financial advice. Yeah.
Not financial advice.
But yeah,
Mike.
I would have loved being there with you, having that fun. Really sound like good moments.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it almost looking back, it almost seems surreal. What a blast we had, huh, guys? Shout out to Sandy, Carolina, Easy, Brooke Hawk. I met you as well. Connie Digital.
Cool.
That's when we were waiting for Connie. And he was fucking taking forever. And then he comes out and then he leaves us. Come on. Yes, amazing. It was amazing to meet everybody. It really was. It was brilliant. But we smoke. Yeah, easy. Well, not all of us are fucking in with the cool crew, okay? Some of us are still trying to work up the ranks, okay, dude? And that's me. I'm working up my ranks every day now. It's tough out here. It's tough out here when I'm getting dragged down by Drago every single time I pop on the mic. Just kidding.
But
You better effing believe it.
I love it. See, that's what I'm saying. Coming in with the heat. That's what we need. Smoked out with Vitalik and Gravy V. Wait, what? Man, was Gary V there? That's actually a good point. He probably was there, right? I'm assuming. Fuck no that clown. Or you mean fuck that clown. No, fuck that clown is what I think you're saying. I agree with you, Hidden Forces. Trust me, I was a fan of Gary. You remember when Gary V like pretended to give a shit about Token Smart, just to fucking rape our crowd and then go and do exactly what we all knew he was gonna do anyways? Fuck that guy. I mean, real shit. Come on. Yeah, we pretty much got our worded. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
I remember when he popped in.
Mhm.
Popped in.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be.
promoting his
Oh,
project.
look at this. This is our. This is from the panel. This is from the panel. So, on this panel right here, I would love to see the actual recording of the panel. I've been trying to get actual recordings of this panel.
Is there
But,
some? Yeah.
That was Yeah, you killed that, bro. Wait, Super Ego Beats. Did we meet? Who's Super Ego Beats? I'm super tall. Purple shirt, probably? Did we meet? Fuck. Dude, everyone was talking to me. Tallest motherfucker in the sphere. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it could have been anyone though. That's a good point. I'm trying to think. Super Ego Beats. Where did we meet? Did we dap up? Did we vibe skis? Who are you? Hey, listen, Drago, it's fucking tough. I have a shoot for a few short clips. I would love to watch some of these clips,
Yeah.
but I don't want to just sit here and reminisce and make everybody feel all the FOMO JOMO. It was such a crazy ass sour mouse. Okay, I don't know, man. I'm so mad, dude. He's one of the other event hosts here. Oh my God, shake my head. Damn it. I'm the worst, guys. I'm the worst. Guys, I'm selfish. And I do the MightyMai show, and then I run off into the dark room that I sit within and I make music, okay? Yes, you are. Admit it. Drago, what do you mean? Like, it's not a fucking secret, dude. Christ. Unreal, dude. Go buy my NFT. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Totally joking. See, that's what I'm saying. At least I don't do that, all right? At least that's what I don't do. I don't chill. Even though I should, but I don't. But that's okay. Sometimes I do. But not all the time. Is that you on the right there? Super Ego Beats. Is that you on the right? Super tall? Looking goo. That's good stuff. I don't know what this is, but it also looks like it's probably interesting.
That's
Oh man.
Where are you at the karaoke?
I showed up at the end. So that's when I met up with everybody. At the karaoke. No, Brooke Hawk, I definitely met you. Brooke Hawk, we definitely met. I remember meeting you because you introduced yourself as Brooke Hawk, and that was easy. Yes, Ben Nolan was there as well. I didn't get to talk to that dude. I watched him talk though. Oh yeah, I was actually super. Oh, good point. He was a fake Brooke Hawk. Listen, you guys could have convinced me anything while I was there. I just swear to God, you could have convinced me of absolutely fucking anything. I would have fell for it. Fruit Hawk. I love it. But nonetheless, I mean, what a beautiful experience. Mighty, I just wish you were there, man. That would have just been incredible.
But I was not too far, actually.
You weren't?
No, I mean not physically, but yeah, I was.
Oh, yeah.
I was really watching what was happening.
Oh, you were
And I
tapping into
enjoyed it.
Big Brothers. You were tapping in. Wait, Connie, how long have you been in here?
Hey,
Fuck.
Like 4 minutes, bro.
Oh, okay. What up? You literally missed. You missed the. Well, you missed a lot. You missed the moment where we talked about how you made us wait for you to smoke some weed, and then you ditched us all.
Oh shit, that's funny. You know what? I was I was high myself. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize I actually did that. But when it was time to go, I was just like, fuck. Like I just kind of want to go back to my bed and lay down. So sorry about that.
That's exactly why I did my very best to not smoke too much weed during this trip, because I knew that socially I would have dropped the ball a million times. But my God, what a now that we got the whole crew in here, I almost feel like we need to rewatch this video, but we're not going to do that. But yeah, while we were waiting for you, I interviewed this group of high schoolers on the street, and it's not that entertaining, but it was at least interesting. But
it was pure trolling.
It was pure trolling. I definitely was trolling. But at the same time, though, I mean, hey, those kids killed it. They carried the whole. Yeah, they carried the. There was I do want to see some clips from Connie and I's panel though, which is what was on Tuesday night, and I mean, shit. I mean, if Connie want to chat about it, we. So it was the first time we had met. I also said the funniest thing that happened. Well, one of the funniest things is the first thing you say to me when we meet. What's the first? I kind of want to hear you say it. I don't want to quote you, and I don't know if you remember it, but the first thing you said to me when we met was hilarious to me.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how I said it, but it was something to the effect of "You're not that tall," because you always talk shit about people being short, and you're not even like tall like that. I mean, I don't get it.
That's I can't get over that. I can't get over that. But that is true. That is the first thing you said to me, which I find. I mean, it's just hilarious. But yeah, I know. That's what I say too. I mean, I'm only like 6 foot, maybe and a half. I don't know how tall I am exactly, but yeah, I'm definitely not that tall, especially whenever you consider the people that I grew up with. I have like a bunch of friends that are like 6'5", 6'7". They're giants, you know. They're drinking way too much milk. But nonetheless, Napoleon complex. No, that's so short. Yeah, that's so short. But yeah, there we are. There's the crew. Connie, how did we not get a picture, just us two? Every time we got a picture, for some reason, every time we had a picture, Louis was in it. I noticed that. Every picture that me and you were in, Louis is in it as well. And I love it. I love it.
Nah, you know what's crazy is I hate fucking taking photos. I hate cameras. I hate all that shit, believe it or not. I really prefer my privacy, but it just kind of is what it is.
Hey, you know what? Same.
That.
Hey, in a lot of ways, same, but hey, we'll keep it in this chat. We'll keep it in the chat for now, but it is absolutely beautiful that we kind of already had our moment of like really reminiscing on the Gushies side of things, but it was amazing. The whole trip was incredible. Just getting to meet everybody, and in particular, it was a special treat getting to really connect with you one-on-one. And now, and here's some of the.
Everybody's in the chat. What's up, everybody?
That's what I'm saying. The whole crew's here. Yeah. It makes no sense.
This is dope.
But yeah, and as I said earlier, it really moved me to see all these pictures, even though I know like you are not the ones to show yourself too much or be comfortable with all that, and but still it was really cool to see those few moments captured and where you were together, and yeah, that's so cool to have them, and I can't wait to see all the ones that are uploaded right now in the chat to unveil a little bit more, because I feel kind of like kind of a girl where you want to know all the details of how you met, what happened, etc. And it kind of like a date, I want to know all of the details, but I won't ask either, because that's not the idea. But yeah, I mean, it really feels special to me to see all that, how it went, and I'm happy that I didn't see only bad things looking at the NFT NYC, and what I said is the best things I've seen really comes from this crew, and I really enjoyed seeing how you all approached this and made your way through this chaotic moment, And yeah, I think it could have only the way you've done it and had the chance to meet together only can solidify, what's already created, and I enjoy seeing this.
Oh yeah, no, I'll have. I thought it was I thought it was supernatural. I don't know. There was something that felt very, very normal about meeting in person, even though it was crazy, which is crazy. But I don't know. It just felt normal. I feel like we I don't know. We vibed out, and then we did have that panel though, so we kind of like locked in and just kind of just vibed out for a while. But I don't know. It was a good. The whole trip was crazy. The whole trip was crazy. But I totally feel you, man. It was, yeah.
Yeah,
overwhelming.
I guess it was. Yeah.
Yeah, man. How's everybody feeling? Because like I'm not 100% still at this point. I don't fucking know. I got like this. It doesn't help that I'm smoking in this moment either, but I got this fucking cough and like my fucking throat is scratchy. But yeah, I'm still alive though, so that's good.
I've seen a lot of people talking about that since the end of the conference, and the fact that it might have been a spreader place, kind of. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I when I first got when I left, so I stayed at Lawson's house. Lawson from Raw Raw, if anybody's familiar. I stayed at his house throughout the trip, and on Friday morning, now I had already been told by multiple people that multiple people were getting COVID, blah 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 blah. But like, me, I don't really care, to be honest with you. And then I woke up and I wasn't even staying at his house this night. I was down the street, and I get a text in the morning, and he tells me that he had COVID. So I had to. He basically was like, "Oh, we're just gonna wrap it up." I don't want to get anybody else sick. And I wasn't really feeling anything, but I went back. I think I went to the catalog event, and then I went straight to. Dude, I do not remember that at all. that photo catches me off guard. Zero recollection of that one, but that one's hilarious.
That one is great. Yeah.
But so I went to he basically told me that he had COVID, and I was fine. But yeah, when I got back after the 6-hour drive, I was feeling a little something, and then when I woke up the next day, oh man, I don't know what it was, but I had the most ridiculous headache of all time. I had a little cough, but I was sick as fuck for like a day. There was no doubt about it. Don't worry, it's probably just AIDS. I mean, dude, it might have been AIDS. At this point, you could convince me it was fucking anything. And honestly, that would make sense if you know what I'm saying. There's a potential of that. But it went away though pretty quickly. I do still have a little bit of a sore throat, but I do feel good though. I feel good ultimately. You just got to eat super clean food and drink a lot of water. I feel like that's really like the answer to everything when it comes to sickness. I don't like to take all that other stuff. So it's definitely good. Super Ego Beats. It was nice to know that we met, and I didn't even know we met, but so that's amazing. So that's brilliant.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes.
Yeah, those dude, come on, Hidden.
But I mean,
come on, Hidden for it. I didn't stoop that low. Come on now.
Yeah, it was chaotic, dude. Like next time will definitely be more official. But I definitely met you. I definitely walked up to you because you were saying some real shit at Sour Mouse on the panel and stuff. That definitely hit my heart and stuff in a good way. So I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Let's go.
Appreciate everybody. I was like anxious a lot of the time. Though I was a fucking overwhelmed, bro. But I appreciate like cats like Hidden Forces kind of centering me because a lot of people in this space got like dope energy and shit, and it's good. It's good to have each other, you know what I'm saying? So for a sensitive soul like me and shit, man, much love.
Dude, I love that. That's amazing. And I appreciate that. That's good to know. I mean, yeah. Connie and I did a little panel on on Tuesday where Connie, you can speak about it if you want, because I mean, shit, it's the official drop is in 2 days. But I know that Connie spoke about his upcoming drop with Async, and we just kind of chatted about our journeys a little bit, and just kind of a little bit of a views on the space until for some reason some DJ like started playing this fucking drum bass like I have no idea why that guy was impatient, but he basically for no reason.
I bet it was Ben. I'm sure you were talking about Ben, but
somebody just literally like started playing music like while we were talking, and I didn't even care. I just thought it was hilarious. I was like, wow, like absolutely no reason for that. But
I don't remember that even happening. When did that happen? Like in the middle of it or after it?
It was like right at the end. Like it was like why we got cut off. Like it was so it was right after. So we played 2 songs, and then we talked a little bit more, and then they asked us one more question or something. And while I like got the mic in my hand, and like I remember the second I started talking, it just was like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I was like, I guess I'll just. I remember literally saying into the mic, I was like, I guess I'll just talk over this fucking massively loud heartbeat sound. And
I
that
don't
was
remember any of that.
yeah. I mean, whatever it was, we had a good time, and I'm super glad that we got to vibe. Connie, you missed the beginning of this too. I had a very strange phone call that happened to me on Saturday night that claims that I met this person in Times Square. They claim their name was Rose Escobar, which is, by the way, why my name is Rose Escobar right now in the chat. I don't know if you can tell. I'll just
no. Who's this person though? Oh, okay, I see it. Who is this person?
I don't know. I mean, that's really all I can say about it. I just know that they called me. They claimed their name was Rose. And come on, like Rose Escobar? Is that even a real? Like, are we gonna take that name fucking serious? Spam. Drago would do anything to get me banned. I swear. Like one day Drago's gonna like ban me from the server, and everybody's gonna be like, "What happened?" And Drago's gonna be like, "Well, he broke the rules. Well, he broke the rules. He's just itching for that way to press that button." Listen though, you can ban me. The Earth still isn't round. Okay, so get over it. It doesn't matter.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Finger wag gif. I can't even see the gif, but I can imagine what it is. But yeah, man, it was great stuff. Went to Sunshine Park Cipher with those instrumentals. It's incredible. But yeah, I don't remember what.
Oh yeah. So wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Was that it about the call on Saturday? What did they say? Do you just want me to watch the replay of this or something, or what's going on?
Oh, no. You don't have to do that. Is there a replay of this? I didn't even know there would be of one of these. But
I'm just assuming it was recorded. Maybe it's not.
Well, I think it is recorded. I don't know what they do with the recordings, but basically, well, I kind of did end up saying what she said. Essentially, this girl called me, claimed that she was trying to fuck. Swear to God, I'm just gonna be transparent. This girl claims that I met her in Times Square. I gave her my number. She said it was a brief encounter. But yet she knew that I was in New York for music. She said that all this shit. She said all this stuff about me that I don't know how she would have known. Claims her name was Rose Escobar. Says that we met. I gave her my number. Says that I said all kinds of shit, including stuff about my phallus size, including all these girls that I hooked up with. And none of that I would ever say to a girl on the side of the street. Like, it just wouldn't come out of my mouth. I wouldn't say it. It's just not the way that I would decide to hit on a girl. It's just not how I would do it. In fact, I wouldn't even hit on a girl. I would just talk to them, and then if it works, it works. But at the end of the day, like, that's not what happened. So I thought it was a prank call, and I'm still convinced that I'm still convinced there was somebody in this call. I'm still convinced it was somebody in this chat right now. See, Digital, look, you guys are all in on it.
It's funny, man. You gotta admit, the shit's fucking hilarious. Shout out to Dragonate.
Wait, Wait, which part's hilarious? The band my part or the fucking
The meme itself is just hilarious.
No, the meme is great. The meme is great. I do like the meme. I'm talking about the actual fact that whoever this person was, we would have chose a better name. You know what? Honestly, Sandy, that's a good point. That's a good point, Sandy. That's the only reason I wanted to not believe it was you guys. And the only reason I believed it might have been you guys is because I'm pretty confident that your last name is semi-close to Escobar, even though it's not, but it's semi-close. Like, at least it has an E and an S in it. And that's why I was like, oh, maybe it's just them and they're just fucking with me. And but the thing is like, there's no way that you would have said that shit to me. That's what I'm saying. There's so much weird shit that this girl said to me. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. She knew I was from Pittsburgh. She knew I was in New York City for music or in this event. I don't fucking know, guys. I don't know. Point is, I told her to send me a picture of her face. That's how the call ended. I told her, I said, send me a picture of your face. And then she thought I meant send me a picture of her. She thought I wanted her to send me nudes. And I was like, no, I want to see what you look like so that I know, number one, if I'm down, and number two, to know if you're real and if I can jog my memory and see if I recognize what you look like. Girls, out. LOL. Sandy, that's the first girl I've ever met that would ever fucking act like that. Other than this one girl that I did meet that was from Italy. She was incredibly aggressive. And at the end of the day, and I don't mean like aggressive, like she was physically aggressive. I just mean like she knew what she wanted. And so she just said it, which I thought was fucking insane. Which is very abnormal for, I feel like, you know, the American way of doing it. Which is more like, oh, let's, you know, let's, you know, it's all about the chase. But nonetheless, yeah, so that happened to me. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. And I was sick that night too, so I didn't have the energy to like record it or do anything like that. Was this her? I don't know. Is her name Rose?
You guys are too much.
That's the one that came up to me and was like, I'm an influencer on TikTok. Connie.
Oh, I love she was crazy.
So her name's not Rose, for the record. Listen, if anybody knows a girl named Rose, bring her to the fucking office immediately so we can have a fucking a meeting so I can figure out who this lady was. It's been 84 years. That's great. Oh, man. She basically tells you that the Titanic didn't go down by an iceberg. It was shot down, guys. Come on. They were trying to change the banking system. They kill everybody that tries to change the banking system. God. When will you guys wake up? When will you guys wake up? No, I'm kidding. JK, guys. JK. That's not today. Not today. Not today. That's incredible. I am curious. When will you go back to sleep? Rose Escobar. I love seeing Rose Escobar as my @. That is fucking hilarious. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, what an incredible trip. What an incredible trip. Oh, you want to know something fun? Drago, I don't know if I want to know your definition of fun. That's what I don't want to know.
Yeah, I feel it was like a great introduction to the show. Now we can like start the show and have 3 more hours to talk about all that happened. But yeah,
that's a good point.
I have a question. Like, first, when did you come back home?
I got back home at about 12 or like 10 o'clock on No, you did. Wait, you can change my name, dude? I love that. Rosie Escalator. I kind of fuck with that. It's actually hard. I don't really get it. I don't get the joke if there's a joke in there. But I like it. I like it.
The joke is just that I can change it.
Oh,
you gave me the idea by saying I love seeing Rose Escobar in the chat. So I'm like, ooh.
That's hilarious, Drago. Can you keep talking for me? Drago, keep talking for me.
That's actually decentralized community, as I can see.
I'm back.
All right, you got me. You got me. You saw what I did there. You saw what I did. It was a good goal. It was a good play. It was a good play. Wait, did you get me now? Damn. I don't even know where my.
No, I didn't. What's wrong?
Rose Escobar named 2019 Miscellaneous. I mean, I hope that's her. I'll tell you what, that girl wouldn't have been that. You blew it, that's not her. All right, guys. This girl was wild. All right, she was saying insane shit to me. Okay, she literally at one point was just like, "Are you trying to fuck or not?" I said, "Whoa, pump the brakes, lady." I said, "I need to see what you look like first, okay?" I was like sick in my bed too, and I was still like interested in it.
I'm not an easy boy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm difficult. I would just say that, if the vibe is right, at the end of the day, which I mean, I guess, you know what I mean? It's got to be natural. All right. It's got to be a natural occurrence. Okay. Fuck. But yeah, I got back Friday night. I left right after I went to the catalog event. And, that was it. I went there. I walked in the grass, said what's up to some of the catalog team, and then left. That event was sick. They had a shitload of pizza, and it was just vibes. It was just cool people. I just chatted with the team, and then left. Yeah, and that was pretty much the only other thing I did on Friday, other than pack up my stuff and get out of COVID zone. So I didn't get the vid. Even though I probably do have it, right? Like, but guess what? I don't care. I'm walking around mask free. I went to the doctor's, or I went to the eye doctor today. And by the way, everyone's fine. Guess what? You know how many old women work there? And guess what? They're all gonna live. They're all gonna fucking live. They're all gonna live. Why? Because they fucking lied to you. No, I'm kidding. I'm right. I'm done. But anyways, yeah, no, I mean, listen, though, if it was that one day with that headache, it sucked. I'm not going to beat around it, guys. It was a tough day that was a tough day. My head hurt. I pouted. I drank some soup. And then I woke up and I felt fine. All right? And that's the end of it. But there's bigger. That is literally what it felt like. It felt like a worm eating my fucking head. I swear to God. It was incredible pain. I really never feel like that, but I honestly blame the headache from the fact that I was driving 100 miles per hour for 6 hours straight. Because on the way home, I didn't fucking hit the brakes once. I stopped. I got out of New York, which by the way was the fucking worst. I got out of, it could have been Ice Train. Brook Hawk, absolutely. Could have been, because I didn't have contacts in for any of it as well. It's a very good point. And there was a lot of things that could have added up to it, and man, the come down effect from being in the middle of the town that I'm in, guys, which is bumfuck nowhere, from being in New York where you're getting yelled at for no reason everywhere, man, such a different vibe. But it does feel great, man. It feels great to be back. I'm ready to just chef up music all day, make a bunch of beats, send them to Connie, let him destroy them. And then we fucking drop music on your faces. And then hopefully me and Mighty make a fucking project.
Mm-hmm.
God, hopefully. Send them.
Yeah.
Send them to me. You have one of the best beats I have right now. I'm glad that you said you were writing to that one. I don't know if you're gonna pull it off.
Oh damn. Well damn.
Well, no. I mean, that's I'm just saying, because that beat is I'm just saying, like, I feel like that beat is so cinematic that, like,
it is cinematic.
Like, if you depending on what goes on that, like, it could potentially be like a.
No, it's crazy. I wrote to it already. I wrote about the trip and shit. It's interesting.
Let's go. I hope it's a good vibe. I hope you're not like, I fucking learned that I hate Mai.
I mean, you just gotta listen.
All right, fair enough. I feel like you talk about me in like every other song though. So I mean, like, that's like normal.
Do you? What?
I mean,
that gave you that vibe.
Every single song that I make with any single artist, I think they're talking about me.
Oh my God.
Every single song. Mighty, you have to fucking have this feeling too.
It's
I've
not that I feel people are talking about me. It's all the time it relates to my life. Yeah, basically, pretty
yes,
accurately. But
and you know what? That's a good. And by the way, that's a great sign. And this is something that I learned from an artist that I would always call out. I'd be like, "Yo, this has to be about me," and they're like, "Dude, why the fuck would I waste my time writing about you?" Like, do you know how narcissistic it is to think that I'm writing my fucking song about you?
Right.
And it is. It's incredibly narcissistic. But like, in some respects, well, there's two ways about it. Like, one, it states that the song actually is touching me in a way that like is deep enough that I actually believe that it could be about something that I can actually relate to personally. And two, that just means like the song is written good enough that, I mean, it's basically the same thing as point one. Basically, the song is written well enough that you can tell that I feel it's about me. I don't know. Like, it's like listening to the new Kendrick album. It's like, I just feel like every song's about me. But it's not, obviously.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Interesting take. Yeah, I don't ever think that you know what? There has been a couple of songs when I had you in mind on certain bars, but
Well, yeah, I'm sure. And I'm sure some were positive. I'm sure some were negative. That's the game. We got to be able to. We're expressing art, and at the end of the day, like, you know, you learn more from your closest friends or your closest partners or people you work with than anything. So in a lot of ways, I do learn a lot from the people that are around me now. So I mean, yeah, it would make sense that sometimes that does occur. But yeah, it's super awkward whenever you're working with someone in person and like you make the beat in front of them and they're sitting there writing the whole time, and then you're like, all right, hey, let's record. And then you record, and then you like look over your shoulder and you're like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, you're like, what are you doing right now? It's very awkward, but it never is, or they just never tell you it is. Either way, you probably think the song is about you, don't you? Yes, you're so vain. Exactly, Sandy. 100%. I am. But that's why we are here with the fam, and Dragonate's here to keep me on the ground. If it wasn't for Dragonate, guys, I would have taken this server over by now. This server would literally be called My World if it was not for Dragonate at this point. I'm totally kidding. No way. See, I was honestly instigating Drago there. I was instigating Drago. But nonetheless. I'm sorry. Did I miss a question? I feel like I ranted there.
No, actually you answered. And my next question was something like, after a few days resting home, what's like your feel basically about the event itself or the week itself, basically, when it comes to the space?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a good question, because I think what it asks is, you know, for the last 2 years, we've been working in this space and it's been all digital. It's been all well, yeah, no pun intended. It has been all digital in some respects, but no, but I mean, literally, like us living all in this digital world, you know, not really meeting each other. It's like all the stuff getting built, all the stuff happening, all these kind of controversial moments, blah, 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 blah. And going in person, it really put a different spin on some things, and including a lot of people I met in person. And I feel as if it's interesting. I think I'm really confident in the fact that we have yet to see what music will do. Like, that's the one thing I think I came back with like kind of a weird revelation on, is like music hasn't happened yet in Web3. That might sound stupid.
Yeah,
but
no, but I feel the same.
To me, that's kind of like, it's almost like, because there was so much passion and genuineness at a lot of these events. Like, even the ones where you would be like, you know, these are like, you know, these are a bunch of shills, blah, blah, blah. Like, it just hasn't happened yet because, you know, two reasons. One's a little pessimistic, one's optimistic. The pessimistic view is that we're still surrounded by amateurs. And that's pretty accurate. Like, and what I mean by that is like a lot of people that are within the music Web3 scene are not really built for the industry of music. And for better or worse. And I think that's a good thing on some legs, but why I'm saying it's kind of a pessimistic outlook is just that it's like you could tell that when you were at these live events. Like it's not there's no pretentiousness, which is good. It's not like it's like overwhelming, like, you know, everybody wants to like get to know each other. Everybody wants to, it's super, super positive. And I think that's a good thing. But why I'm saying why I'm saying it like, oh, this means that everybody's an amateur is because that would never happen in a space where everybody is competing. It just wouldn't be like that. Now, granted, everybody is competing still, but like the idea though is that the competition level just is not quite there yet. There's like 10 people, you know, there's like 20 people, right? There just isn't a lot of fucking massively talented musicians, I think, within the space yet. Like that are really, really doing shit that is worth turning ahead. Like that's the real truth, in my opinion. And there are people that are talented, but they're more from the Web 2 side. They're more from the traditional industry, and they're kind of being forced into Web 3. So all of that combined to me shows the fact that it just hasn't happened yet. We haven't had that big moment where a Web 3 artist breaks into the Web 2 or a Web 2 artist that's super, super big. And I'm not talking about your fucking Snoops and your Eminems, which are just coming in the worst ways, like come in and really, really make it happen. And so... And yeah, easy, 100%. There's not a whole lot of real music collectors. I mean, there's got to be 1,000 genuine music collectors, like 1,000. That's probably it. Yeah, 100% agree. And I think that's for two reasons. I think number one, because of the fact that a lot of it is amateur. I mean, I'm gonna be straight up with it, and I might even put myself in that box sometimes. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, you know, I do everything myself, and you know, unless I take it to another level, sometimes I feel like, you know, not everything is gonna hit, and that's the game, you know. But I'm real about that, and I understand that about my own music, and so I'm not shy about saying it. But I think that's also probably why we don't see that many collectors, is because a lot of these collectors a lot of really big music fans who maybe want to become collectors, they just don't really vibe with a lot of what they're hearing, maybe. But I also think that there just hasn't been that flipping moment yet where people are really flipping music NFTs. It just simply hasn't happened yet. Like, we just haven't had that flipping moment where people are like flipping music NFTs. Like, I would love to see that. I can't wait until people start to flip music NFTs. That's what I want to see, but just simply hasn't happened, and that's okay. But yeah. But other than that, I think the on the positive end though, everybody is extremely positive, and I think that there's so much energy being built up that there's no doubt that the thing that I think is going to literally cause the next bull market, I think the thing that's going to partially cause the next bull market is going to be music. And I think that's going to come from within. That's going to come from our side of things. You know what I mean? Like, we're out here, we're fucking making shit happen. Like, we're you know, between people that are within this own Discord, in this chat right now, and I know, you know, I could obviously shout out, you know, the fucking trio of a lifetime, which is Connie, myself, and Mighty. Which, I mean, collectively, we all dabble in each other's music. We all make each other's music. We all help each other build, and I think that's super dope. And I think, you know, that side of things is it could come from within. It could come from us, but I also think there's plenty of opportunity that could come from things like, you know, unfortunately, maybe your LimeWires or your labels and disguises that come into this space. But yeah. So I think that's one thing that I kind of took away from the in real life stuff, and meeting a lot of these people in real life was good. I think it was a good thing. You know, you can't really escape when you're in real life. You really can't escape when you're in real life. And I don't know. I feel like I'm just really good at talking to people in real life. It's easier for me to look you in the eyes and ask you a question and get a fucking answer, rather than, you know, you sitting there behind a keyboard and thinking out your answer to type to me. It's way easier to have the conversation in real time, in person, And there's plenty of things that we could talk about when it comes to that, but yes, lots of interesting stuff. And yeah, sorry.
And same goes
Yeah.
for making music sometimes as well. I like the making music on the internet, but sometimes having fun in real is very different. But
Oh, it's
yeah,
uncomparable.
yeah.
No,
But
no doubt. I totally agree.
I feel you for the feeling about music that can be a catalyst for the next bull run. Definitely, it can be a part of it, but as well, I'm trying to wrap my head around what's going on with the music NFT scene in general. What compiling and debriefing all I've learned from the past 2 years, and finally finding myself to breathe a little bit to yeah basically wrap my head around that and find solutions for the future, what makes sense, what doesn't, what's the noise, what isn't, and all that. And I'm coming with a lot of answers, in a sense, seeing especially the NFT NYC as a kind of consecration moment of all of what we lived from the past months and year. So I felt like he kind of closed a vibe of all the nonsense. Like, it was pretty evident for everyone what the issues are, and even beyond NFT NYC. I mean, there's not only that, but the things that doesn't work seem to be a bit more exposed and took into consideration from the space, especially as things are crashing and all you can see around with the people having difficult time to resist to the crash. And that's where you see the filtering kind of apply uh, among those who are strong enough to continue for their vision, and the ones that were here as well for the scam and all the rest. That's a hard time for scammers, even though it opens a lot of doors when the fear is there as well. And we still see massive hacks, like even this week again with like 100 millions type of hacks happening during that time. So that doesn't give a sentiment of um, how to say, make you feel comfortable about the direction of the space right now. To me, like, everything is looking downwards at the moment. And um, it's a hard time for music NFTs to sell anything from what I see, even outside of the context where you drop on a platform that has some power behind and that can help sell. But independently of any platform, like doing music NFT, for example, on your own contract or on OpenSea randomly, uh, doesn't necessarily sell. Uh, it does sell, but at very low prices. And I can reflect that, to my NFA track where there's still secondary sales happening, but organically, and I'm not a well-known artist or do not have, a massive crowd of people trading my music neither. So it's pretty a little experiment at this point. But the price is very, between $1 and $5. It's like the price of music on iTunes. And I'm wondering, scaling up, if it isn't closer to the price that would unlock an everyday use. But that's not only it. I see the problem with the technological barrier, where it's still hard both for artists and for consumers to meet to meet somewhere that really feels comfortable for both, and where they both understand every outcomes of what they are doing.
Absolutely.
Whether it's collecting or whether it's protecting your music and provide provenance, but also make it decentralized and all that. So even myself, I still have hard times to choose somewhere to mint on different levels, as an artist, then as with the work with other artists as well. How can you position something that is the initial visions, in which you don't want to interfere, but want to root things right, and everywhere you look, or where you want to make a choice, there or here, there's always a compromise that has to be done, and that's what I find the most challenging. If you want to mint on Bitcoin, there's the challenge that there's not a lot of people. If you want to make it on Ethereum, there's blah blah blah. Same goes for Tezos. So you have less security. There's always a compromise that has to be done, and the artist, it's overwhelming for every artist to understand that. And as soon as there's no interoperability between all these chains, and no coherence, basically, in the your dashboard, your everyday dashboard, on which you wake up and want to do things on, when it comes to managing your whole ecosystem, it's still very heterogeneous. Like it's kind of hard to find a place, and you can feel it in the communities, like even the music NFT scene. Everyone is kind of spread around between the different platforms and such. And once you kind of choose where to do your means, or collecting, or whatever, or listening, you kind of miss the rest of what's going on. And yeah, I think it's detrimental yet to the space, because it misses this kind of open sea place, where it would, for a musician, because OpenSea is not works for musician, but isn't tailored for something that would add a value that is strictly built around the art medium that is music itself, and that requires a special treatment, in a sense. And yeah, it's there's always a compromise that has to be made. That's my point, basically, and that's why I feel music couldn't really connect before, and is having hard time during that crash, basically.
Yeah. No, I agree with everything you're saying, 100%. And one of the first things that you were talking about is how like your secondary market of that NFT, which at the time was something that was an experimental move. And when I know that we first saw that first original secondary NFT sale, we were like, yo, this is exactly what the goal was. Even if it is $1, even if it's 50 cents, what you're saying is exactly like what it was 20 years ago, when somebody was like, oh, let me buy a track on iTunes, except that could scale to 1 million people, or less. I don't know how much those sales would actually go for on Apple Music and shit like that, but I do see that in the long term, I see it more likely that your average artist will do something along the lines of like $1 to $20 for a large scaled set of NFTs, to then attempt to break out as an artist. Whereas in this field, that the way that we're seeing it right now, we're seeing kind of the opposite. Even including the way that I kind of approached my own like structure of the way that I've kind of like thought about NFTs as a musician for myself, is like I kind of went the total opposite way. I kind of went one of ones first, and kind of like tried to find those like super high tier, which prices out 99.999% of people. And then now I'm finally starting to get to a lower level, where in when we say lower level, we just mean like a way to still gain that value, but not go so low that you're basically just giving away thousands and thousands of copies. Like there's still, I think, value in both sides, but I think, like you said, there will be a compromise no matter what. I think in the future, what will benefit the scarcity model is most likely the ability to create much more actual utility aside from what the artist manually chooses to do, which at this point is all in the artist and the creator's mind. Like if you want to create, utility for the one of ones or for, scarce editions, that's coming straight from the creator, and it's usually from a manual sort of point of view. So like, they would kind of have to facilitate that themselves and kind of build that in their own way. Whereas I think in the future, we're going to be able to see models or protocols or platforms or maybe just legal things are fixed where creating go ahead.
No, you said it. That's the word I have in mind this week after thinking about it. Is from what we see the past 2 years, the problem finally today seems more obvious to answer somehow. But it's the idea that what is missing yet is more protocols, basically, rather than platforms. Because what happened during the past 2 years is that most of the platforms are just surfing on the last available protocol to develop things on, and even if they kind of work for music, they are not the ones that are that can lead to a universal way to handle music business online. And so we've seen a lot of platforms that's why they look more like labels or curators rather than technologists that brings any innovation. So of course there's a lot of innovation to make with the current latest standard. So you can program music, you can start to do really interesting things. But when it comes to managing the back end, the royalties and all that, it is possible, but it's always kind of it's overwhelming. I would consider it overwhelming for your average artist who wants to basically come and sell music online a decentralized way.
Right. I mean, because like, I think the word you were looking for there is like they have to manually do it. And like, if you want to, like, even myself, like, if the way that I kind of even want to approach things right now, it's like, to manually create these experiences or these situations for people who hold these things, that's all between like internal conversation. And there's multiple reasons for that. Number one, there's a lot of legal stuff that is not really laid out enough, where if I publicly am like, hey, you can do this, I'm not even sure what the legal implications of that is. Whereas like, let's just keep it simple. Let's say, hey, this is what it is. It's a song, maybe it's a video, maybe it's, you get, you can get a little this or a little that. And, of course there's more to it, without going into specifics, but if you want to go further, yeah, you do have to do that manually. And like you said, like we're basically recreating the model for everybody else. We're paving the path right now. Every single move that every single one of us makes as artists, as creators, whether it's, innovating in just what you're doing. Like, for example, what's coming on Thursday with Connie's drop and async, in the blueprints with async. If that's like, you're pushing the boundaries of what you can do with the technology. Or you're taking a one of one and you're trying to say, okay, you can have commercial rights and you can essentially sell the music to other people. Like, that's, no matter which way you kind of go with it, it's a lot of work on that independent artist. And let's not like confuse it. As independent artists, at least, most of us are still independent artists. And what that means is we haven't quote unquote made it, right? Like we're still fucking, we're still like, we're still fucking grinding. We're still grinding. We're still trying to fucking get our works, get our worths, and whatnot. And so in a lot of ways, it's like they're doing that extra work just out of the fact that they're just like, I believe in this. I agree with this future. And so I'm going to build this experience to then take it to this next place. And I think that is kind of the that's difficult right now, and why I think it's so hard to push it forward, is because it's being pushed forward by the people who have not only the creative idea to do it, but they also have the the courage, and luckily they have the collectors to collect their stuff so that they can even experiment with their collectors. And in a lot of ways, every collector who's collecting a music NFT right now is kind of risking it in a sense. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think you are with the right guys. You know what I'm saying? With the right guys, you're not risking it. We're here for life, baby. But at the same time, those collectors, you got to dive into a pool and you got to say like, yo, I believe in this artist. I believe in where they're going. And I believe music NFTs are going to be big. And even despite the fact that there's minimal utility for this right now, and maybe there's minimal utility for this artist who's still budding as a independent, you just have to like buy in and bet on them and be like, look, I believe in what you're doing. I believe in what you're going to do. And then they have to, with that like support system, be able to have the courage to then lead their collectors to this experience. So I think it's kind of like a big smorgasbord of trust right now. And that's also, I think, why you see platforms like Sound be so successful, because it takes away a lot of the trust that was needed in collecting all of these one of ones, or collecting these music NFTs. It's like you got a reputable place to go and buy where all these collectors are at. There's a market. There's a secondary market.
Yeah.
You don't even need to listen to the song. You just trust the platform, right? And that's where we, as being fucking intellectuals and not being fucking sheep peasants, we can call that shit out and say, look, no disrespect, but at the end of the day, this is misleading. This is taking us down.
Yeah.
And it's kind of swaying people in ways in which they don't even really know, right? And so that's why, to be an independent right now and to really even do it yourself, which, as we saw and we had on the show, right? Like, remember when Blair did her drop, I'm not even sure if that has fully sold out yet. And in a lot of ways, that's crazy. Like, I don't know though. Maybe we can peep that, but that's the idea, right? And it's like, it's a lot of trust going on, and that's why you see these platforms kind of have the success they have. But eventually, I would like to see a world where the utility is built in by secondary platforms, where a platform is built, but they don't actually make you mint the NFT there. They build a platform that lets you utilize your music.
Decentralized music, but the main thing should be, custom. You should be able, like manifold. Basically, the problem is, I'm looking forward more decentralized application. I'm not against, services that takes a minimal cut just for running the servers and stuff like that. But if you do the math, OpenSea with 2.5%, largely covers their cost. They could have covered their cost with 0.1% of everything. It would have been way enough to secure the server for the next 100 years. But so yeah, more transparent tools, more decentralized tools to mint, to sell, and to then build around it, whether it's gating, whether it's and at least have that available as well for exploration, exploring the market, especially music. All the tools that could be built that we can see, we've seen them on different types of iterations here and there, that if you combine all that, you can really create something. You can see it emerge. It's pretty tangible for me at this point. It's just the resources are spread out and not yet focused into creating this kind of tools. It sounds like people are prefer to cash on the hype first, even though because that's the paradox for me. The tools that can allow that to me at this point not 100% exists yet or are developed yet at this point, but we can at this point create at least some beta version or something that goes in that direction. But isn't 100% perfect, but still would carry the idea behind that this is the kind of tool that we need. But the paradox is that even though it was the case back in 2018, 17, 18, 19, when you looked at music and blockchain initiatives, people were really trying to do innovative things, but no one was really listening first because it was before NFTs on Ethereum, and they didn't have the programmation skills or the technology or anything at the time to make that kind of decentralized application happen yet. And so I don't know if that's possible today, but I tend to think that very soon, at least if you get the right people in the right room together at the right time, this can start to really happen today. And in comparison to that, everything that happened the past month, even around music and stuff, to me sound a little depreciated in my mind, in a sense where I
Absolutely.
have not really seen what I came here to see first, and that's why in different ways I haven't really interacted with that much platforms. I mean, I interacted with the most open ones, but as soon as it started to be a bit more complex, I was vigilant. And yeah, now that we are kind of closing a wave via the crash and the context in general, it's good to look back and try to filter what we can learn from all that, and trying to figure out what will stay, what is the next direction for either still genuine artists that wants to get in, start to understand, because that's one point, and now everyone has heard about NFT, so it's like everyone has heard about Bitcoin in 2017s when it was about illegal use and drug and everything. And I feel it's kind of the same for music. Everyone has heard of NFT. Now we're just in the same time period where everyone thinks it's a bad thing, basically. And there's a lot of re-education plus stuff happening in the news that would highlight the fact that it is useful. And I think that can, or that must, in a sense, come from innocence, and that's what we might be have lost a bit on the way. Where I can see tomorrow someone, a genuine TikTok artist, young, that pops and knows how to drive his community and genuinely drives them towards Web3 because very early he or she or whoever would understand the utility of jumping into Web3 very soon from the get-go, and understand the basically the point of it all, and would embark the audience with a genuine education, but it has to come as well with a tool that is easy to use for everyone on both hands.
Yeah, no, 100%. I really do agree that at some point, and I'm curious if you can, and this is all speculation, and there's really no answer to this. But I'm curious to see if we can maybe draw some dots and see if we can connect them. But where would you say was the start of the top of the first top, right? Because at the end of the day, music NFTs for music in Web3, I think had a pretty solid uprising for a lot of 2021. But at one point in particular, I feel like it really, really topped out, and that was pretty much with the market. But even after that, it lasted a little bit longer. But I think the thing that I just say my first dot that I would draw is sound. Like, let's just be honest. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying that sound.xyz shifted the market. Like, it changed a lot of the ethos and a lot of the thinking within the space from collectors and I think from artists. I think artists became a little confused, you know? Because on catalog, for example, you know, they're one of ones and they're true one of ones. And I think the idea of seeing catalog sales from before sound, you would see, you know, a 1 ETH sale, you would see a 1.2 ETH sale, you'd see a 2 ETH sale, you'd see a 3 ETH sale, you'd see a fucking 10 ETH sale. I mean, shit, we saw 25 ETH sales at some point. We saw even greater at times. We saw, and then sometimes you'd see your occasional 0.7, your 0.1s for, you know, the ones who were really, really undervaluing themselves. And then after sound, now if you look at catalog sales, which hasn't necessarily slowed down, but the pricing has absolutely changed. I actually asked the catalog team about this when I was with them, and I gotta say everybody's take on sound is basically the same. I don't want to say they don't. I don't. Well, not speaking for the catalog team, by the way. They did not say anything. I'm saying that I think a lot of people see sound as someone that really came into the market and really shifted the game. And I think from the artist point of view, because now they don't really know how to value their own music and their own NFTs. And I also think people aren't thinking of scarcity. I also think people aren't thinking in terms of tiers. I also think people aren't thinking creatively enough, and they're not thinking long-term enough. All of those things added up are a result of short-term thinking that I think was caused by seeing all of these sales happen out of nowhere that was borderline inflated by sound. Because up until sound, you did not see 25 people wanting to collect one song. It just wasn't there. It just did not exist. The demand was not there.
Yeah.
Is it there now?
I mean,
maybe. Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, someone could have, enough background in being in the space, and I think 25 was doable for the, how to say, the more veterans of the space.
For sure.
But it was not for anyone coming in the space
exactly
recently, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, and we know why. And let me tell you, I even feel like I even know more why now. I had a conversation while I was in New York with somebody, and they gave me a piece of information that was really interesting, that honestly, up until maybe fucking a day ago, I forgot that I was even told it. And it shocked me. And that's because I was on shrooms that night, by the way. And I was fucking zooming, dude. I was talking to everybody. I was literally ripping combos all night. If you saw me that, which we've had this conversation, we've already been here long enough where we've had this combo. But essentially, look, I don't want to say too much, but in my opinion, it's not even an opinion, but some of these platforms are basically labels in disguise. That's what they are. They're labels in disguise. And being that they're labels in disguise, they are able to shift markets. They are able to create collector bases. And by the way, like, dude, I've heard people tell me that they were straight up asked by people that run these platforms to then, hey, can you please collect one of these so that this sells out? That is not good. That is really bad. And I don't think people realize, like, that is what's going on over there. Like, that is what's going on, period. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not saying it's not, some of it isn't genuine. There's absolutely real, genuine collectors that want to collect a lot of these songs. That's real shit.
Makes me think of a story in France back in the day. I mean, that's at least one we caught out of many. But it was basically the labels buying the CDs in the store, so they can be number one, and it was very real, and it happened many times. Or whatever trick they used, having 50,000 plays on YouTube, which would be lately incorporated as the chart numbers to be included in the top 100 type of things, and they made it each time they were there to pump their own product.
Absolutely. And in a lot of ways, that's basically what's going on. And because of that, and I don't want to blame just one platform here, but I mean, I think sound is very, very responsible for a large amount of the shifting of the space. From the ethos, from the artist side of things, to ultimately the way that the collectors are reacting to seeing that, because collectors became entitled. Because what happened to a collector? They said, oh, now I can collect an NFT for, there's 25 editions here and I can get one for 0.1 instead of going to Catalog, which is a reputable platform. And now I don't have to spend 1 ETH. Now I don't have to spend 2 ETH, which, by the way, like, that's good. Like, I still believe that they both have value. I believe editions have value, and I believe one of ones can have value. There's just but for them to have different value and for them to both maintain value, the creator of those NFTs must be able to think long term enough to be able to understand that those are going to have different utilities in the long term. Period. And I don't think a lot of creators or collectors are thinking that long term. And I think that, and once again, this is because it's so early. There's still so much to be figured out. There's still so much trust to be built within all of this that I think we see all of this stuff.
But
no, 100% easy. 100% easy's 100% on the ball. Easy's on the ball.
I mean, for me, I might be wrong, but to me, the value really are in those tokens and not on the platforms. The value should be the tokens and the artist, and that's why asking myself the question: what is the right platform? I'm kind of answering with that. To me, the best platform is your wallet, basically. So,
bars,
because in the end, you are the provenance. You, the artist, you are the provenance, the real one. Even though your account can be compromised, even though you might use different platforms, different types of NFTs that are not interoperable today. Whatever happens, you are the main source as a human being of the provenance. And as much as we try to preserve that provenance online, through all those experiments, it can be spread out and end up being a big mess. But you can always, come after and be the attribute of your provenance. Basically say, this contract is mine. This is where officials NFTs are from. This address has been hacked, but these are legitimate, legit assets. You can sort it out after, and in the end, I believe the artist would survive any platform in a sense, or the art itself would survive. All these I don't know how to call it, but different perceptions of what to do with the art after you mint it. So yeah, I can see the platforms having a hard time to figure their head around that very fact that in the end, to me, that's the tokens that have value and they can add up to this value. That's where there is a danger to me with NFTs that are, that needs a decentralized application on top of it to work. That you cannot really check without it, because then you have to trust the medium itself to be around forever. And but still, I like the fact that it exists. Maybe there is a way, like he can nug platforms that close down could be rebuilt by the community, and then having those type of decentralized application that you can rely on the community rather than on a company or a platform in itself. And yeah, so all those questions are the one I try to answer these days. But really, yeah, the provenance is you as a human, and then you have the wallets. But after that, giving trust to any platform for anything is really complicated water to explore, and I don't say there is only bad things, because that's really not the case. But even the thing about non-origin and eBay makes raise the question once again about where this all is going. And so even though sometimes we go with blind faith, yeah, all this type of vigilance remains, and yeah, make you step back a little bit and re-question everything to recalibrate, so that we go in the right direction and see what's possible from what's not.
100%. And like let's take the known origin getting acquired by eBay as a good example. I mean, this is exactly what we've been kind of talking about, and that is now that's more of an art-based platform. It's just an NFT-based platform, but but what happens, and we've said this many times, but what happens, or when is it, how long is it going to take before you see a sound, or, fingers fucking crossed, a catalog get acquired by one of these labels? And I'm telling you right now, a catalog wouldn't do that. I have faith in catalog. I met some of the dudes in person. They're fucking with the shits, man. They're chill as fuck. Like they're good ass people. But man, like the potential to see a back end deal that nobody knows happens, that acquires something like sound.
Yeah, he's more on the table than ever. That's for sure.
It makes more, exactly. It makes more sense than ever. It makes more sense. And who fucking called it first? The goddamn MightyMai show. You guys don't listen. No, I'm just playing. But no, real shit though. Like we've been saying this for months, like literally months. Like granted, we were like almost being like cynical when the first time we said it, just because maybe we were butthurt. But at the end of the day, like this is genuinely a real fucking problem now. But it's not a surprising thing. Like it's just, and it really shouldn't even scare us, because the thing that I think I've relaxed about a little bit is like, I don't know, like, even I talk to some people that, want to see me do certain things, like I was talking to one of my collectors, and, they had an idea about what they would like me to do with my editions. And I'm like, I don't agree with you. Like, it's just straight up, like, I see what you're saying, but you're not thinking long-term. Like, you're not thinking the same way I am. Mm-hmm. You're thinking like someone who wants to flip my shit. Like, I'm not thinking like that. Like, if you want to flip my shit, call me in 10 years, okay? 10 years, you're going to get your flip, okay? You'll get your flip times 10. You'll get your flip times 20. But don't fucking expect to flip my shit in a month. And if you want to do that and you can pull it off, kudos, bro. Mazel tov. I'm all about it. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, people are not thinking long-term enough. They're not seeing how long this game is. Like, bro, we're just getting fucking started here. Like this, and like you said, the wallet is the provenance. The wallet, the creator of those NFTs, that is the thing.
The
it's
value,
not the platform.
The real value, yeah.
Absolutely, it's the real value, 100%. And of course, like if you like the art, you like the art. If you don't like the art, you don't like the art. Like that's also like people like like let's keep that in mind too, right? But I understand why people want to like want to make money in this space, but like that's also like not the move, and that shouldn't be our move as creators, right? And that's why I think I took a step back and was like, all right, like let me make sure that I really agree with my own thought process here. And that's when I was like, no, like this is what I want to do. This is where my head's at, and like this is a long-term play. This is not a short-term play. This is a long-term. I don't give a fuck if these take 5 months to get out. At the end of the day, it's a matter of I see a longer term plan than I think even my own collectors do at times. And that to me is something that shouldn't be worrisome, but it's a matter of like, okay, like how do I play it as true as possible? And like you have to remove the sounds, you have to remove the catalogs, you have to remove all of that and say, okay, what am I building here as a creator? What am I building? And that's what you just said, like being like the creator, the wallet, the address, whatever it is, that's the real value. Like, it's the creator, and it's up to them. Now, that's a lot of, it goes back to some of the earliest shit that I said about this space, and it's that it is all about responsibility and accountability for that creator. You must be able to see that vision long term, which is why I think a lot of, like, you can't just get the tech. You can't just be talented. It's kind of like a combination of so many things, including gamification. And that doesn't mean you need to fucking do some crazy ass shit, you know? Like I made a game, right? But like, you don't need to do that shit. Like, that's not, I'm not saying that is like the sign of someone that's doing something correct. Like, at the end of the day, that might not be for everybody. That's not even like a certain long-term thing. It's just a matter of like, this is where we're at right now. And so it's like, how do you see yourself as a creator long term without seeing the flip of like a sound or like a catalog or even I think Manifold doesn't count, because Manifold is, you're literally creating your own contract, and then you can kind of take with it and do what you want from there. But yeah, it just goes back to that responsibility, and goes back to creators having the power still, but to have the power truly comes with responsibility. It's such a cliche statement, but it's fucking so true. You just have to have responsibility if you want to have actual power in your own independent creations.
Yeah, and to me, you know what's the most paradoxal in a sense is that the traditional music industry has always understood that artists are the value, and they always made everything they ever could to push the artist forward on the forefront of every business activity they could ever had. You never seen really that much, Universal or Warner promoting themselves as such. They do promote themselves, but towards a professional audience. But when it comes to the mainstream, that you never hear about anything about the labels. You only hear about the artist. That's the value in itself. Unfortunately, the things have are that the deals behind it are not cool, and that's what the space can improve here, but it doesn't change that in the heart of people. What really stands out first, whatever medium you're using, is the artist value, the music value itself. If it connects with a crowd, and that's where I stand when it comes to answering all those questions and trying to come back to the roots of things. Is that we have a kind of a weird type of worshipping platforms, tech platforms, when it comes to this space. There's the crowd worshipping chaos, for example, or sound, or the catalog, even audios at the time. There's this faith put on hope ID that makes it so, it's kind of the same with cryptocurrencies and Dogecoins and all the ones that are based on something that is just an ID, where
100%.
the music stand behind to me the success of sound. I haven't heard about a hit or someone outstandingly giving in music something that is outstanding. Once again, I don't know, but
I know what
I've
you
not
mean.
seen any hype around any artist dropping on sound beyond the fact that they are dropping on sound, and I have listened almost to no tracks just because of that, because the only thing I've seen was marketing stuff, but nothing that attracted me to click to listen to anything actually, and I find it unfortunate. I've digged a little bit into catalog, but not that much either, for I think the same reasons. So I still listen to a track here and there, but that's really based on my organic research. It's not because it's on catalog. It's not because I trust this platform more than a custom NFT, or even one that is created on OpenSea contract. I mean, this week I just met someone doing a research. It was their first music NFT on Polygon OpenSea. It was like $5. That's what I collected from my secondary sales on NFT NFA, and I bought it, and it was more once again this sentiment to connect with someone, and to do something you can at your reach. And I, in a sense, I even didn't care. It was on OpenSea on a contract that I know wasn't hers, and even there was a story about a label that onboarded her, so it's not directly her NFT or per se, like she know what she's doing or whatever. But I don't know. That's why I connected, and when instinctively I project that into the future of how everyone would approach this. And I'm not saying that's the way, but I feel this feeling is so powerful that it must be the one that shift once again the game, but on the other side, on the one that we were looking for, about talking about a music economy, something more organic that whatever whale could not really impact, because it has become an ocean of decentralized dots trading music or doing music using these systems.
Yeah, and what you were saying, I was gonna say something, dude. You stopped at such a strange note. I was like expecting you to keep going there, but what were you saying? I was gonna chime in on something you said because I thought it sparked me.
But yeah,
this is actually a really good conversation though, for the time being. Like this is really like I think something that, as musicians independently in this space, creating music and finding our way to start within Web3 and go from here. I mean, not to toot our own horn, and I definitely should not be the one saying this, but like, we are the model. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, in a lot of ways, if you have music on Spotify, like, I'm not saying that you can't have music on Spotify and mint NFTs. Like, that's not my point. What I'm saying is like, I see. Oh yeah, this is what you were saying. Yeah, you were talking about. Yeah, like, for example, like, what's the attraction to a sound NFT selling out? It's nothing more than the money, right? It's nothing more than the money. And I'm not even saying that the money is the bad part. What is bad about it is that what are they going to then do with the fact that they were just quote unquote funded, right? Like, the question is who are we enabling? The question is who are we enabling, or why are we supporting this versus this? And what is the why? What is the reasoning behind it? And like what you said is the purest reason, right? Like, just to create that connection, right? And it doesn't need to be something great. It doesn't need to be a large amount of money to create that connection. But let's say someone is trying to build something. Let's say someone's trying to build a video game. You know what I mean? That takes real money. And at the end of the day, like, and if you lost 1/4 of it, it's gonna take even more. But the point is that it is really about who is on sound and who is on. Well, fuck, we always keep bringing up sound like they're the devil here. At the end of the day, we really don't want to demonize sound.
That's the same for other platforms. I mean, it should be more transparent. I mean, you kind of, I think Spotify kind of succeeded in being in some way transparent, but that's basically the idea. The idea is to, because what it made me do when I was exposed to hearing about sound drops and stuff like that, it made me not go listen, and so now I'm wondering why haven't I go listen to because I think I was kind of blocked by subconsciously something around those lines. And one of the only drops I listened on sound was Blair's one. I mean, because they had this connection, and
well, she didn't drop. I don't think she dropped on sound.
Didn't she?
No, she dropped on. Remember, she did her own thing. Remember?
Yeah. Sorry, no, I confused. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she literally dropped as an antithesis to sound. Yeah. That's the funniest part about you saying that, is because, like, you listen to hers because I mean, she had a real goal. Like she had something else to say. You know what I mean? Regardless if you like the art or not, right? Like, and it's gotta all connect, right? It's gotta all connect. Like for me at least, like it's gotta all connect. Like I would have to love the fucking song. Number one, it would have to make sense for me, which 99% of the time it just doesn't make sense for me because this is like I'm a creator. I'm not really a consumer. At the end of the day, like I look at myself as a creator, not a consumer. But like my point is like it would have to connect in every single level. Like it has to connect on the story. It has to connect in the music. It has to connect in the why. And it has to connect in me thinking like, all right, like I trust that this person is going to take this respect, this money, this funding, whatever it is, and then go and build something better. Like go make more music, go make better music. And then from there even go and do something more. And then maybe that does end up becoming the reason why they become big, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody knows why somebody is going to pop, but it does come down to that. What are we looking at and what is like the thing, right? Whereas what if sound or what if any of these platforms that created these drops helped facilitate the artists to help them take their funds and honestly do something valuable with their funding at that point? Like, you know, like a label. I mean, I know this sounds it's all label based, but like, look, at the end of the day, the idea of what a label does for you is great. Like a label helps you distribute, it gets you into the right door. But at the end of the day, we all know labels are perverted 99% of the time because even they're distributing, it's fucking fake. They're putting you on fake playlists. They're blasting your music. You're not really getting actual fans. They're going to probably help promote your shows and tours from shills, and you're going to get the right booking managers. Like you're just going to get at the right venue that the right people will buy tickets to because they know that venue. Like it's all politics. It's all bullshit at the end of the day. So it's really hard to say that a label is actually doing anything positive for you. But I think what we're getting at here is like, what is the real, you know, I don't want to use the word roadmap or like, what's the goal? What's the long-term plan? But it's like, it really is. It's just a big dice roll right now. And I think a lot of people are thinking too short-term. They're just not thinking creatively enough. They're not thinking long-term enough. And I think that's why we're not seeing what you said, which is why are we not seeing one of these sound artists, for example, that drop on sound, that sells out, do something huge outside of the fact? And maybe we're missing some.
Yeah, that's the question.
And maybe we're missing something. But to me, I don't think we are, because anybody who's getting a lot of streams on Spotify and shit, I'm telling you, Spotify is fucking rigged, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, you can make it happen, but to get Spotify's algorithms and shit to work, you got to get on these playlists that are absolutely tailored to algorithmic type things. And like, that's not a sign of success. Like, it's really not. You can be passively blasted to people and it still doesn't mean that your music is connecting. At the end of the day, it's just really difficult to really see how we're going to get from NFTs to from people collecting NFTs to then taking that music and then putting it on Web 2. And this has kind of been my thought process the whole time, which is my music was never on any of these platforms. I did a massive dump of 50 demos one day, which attracted you, the Audius team, Connie. Like, literally, if I didn't put those 50 demos up on Audius that one random day in September of fucking 2020 or October of 2020, I wouldn't even be able to have these connections. So, and then I took them all down. But my point is like, those songs were never anywhere else to be found, and they still aren't. They're just, and now there's only 7 that are officially minted, 8 that are official. Well, 9 that are officially minted, 9 songs, you know, and like that's it. And you know, they all have one of ones, and now I'm creating editions. It's like they only have a very, very scarce amount of representation for each song, and they're still not on Spotify. And that doesn't mean that they never would be. But the idea is like, how do you take Web3, started in Web3, and then take it to a Web 2 with your collector base? That to me is way more exciting. It's way more independent. It's way more.
Yeah, yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Just to finish the point is it goes back to that original point once again, which is to pull that off And to do that, which obviously would be an experiment, which obviously would be a test, not saying it will work, but I think being a collector, right? Like imagine you're the collector of this one of one, and then, you know, collectively you get a couple other people that, you know, believe in that song as well, and, you know, you own a piece of that, and then we all kind of collectively decide, all right, like, how do we release this song, you know, on Spotify and everything? Do we want to do this? Do we want to do that? It doesn't need to be like a big decision making, but just imagine that like fun week before, you know, everybody's kind of like, yo, we're in this for like 6 months already. Like we've already fucked with this song. We've already supported, like now we're going to blast it out to Spotify and we're going to watch this thing grow together. And maybe it doesn't blow, maybe it does blow. But the idea of that to me is so much more exciting from a collector's point of view. That's way more exciting than somebody who's Web 2 based, who's putting their fucking hit song on sound. You know, like you're taking your viral song and now you're just going to go put it on sound. And like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing either. I'm just saying that they're way different. Like they're way different. They're super different. Yeah. And I think that maybe you can argue both, but it is really about, once again, people just are not thinking long-term enough. They're just not thinking creatively enough, and or they don't have the facility to. And I think on some level, maybe I'm a little bit lucky because I did come in at a time where, once again, it was calm waters. I met the right people. I met the right people who were around me to kind of like guide me, kind of school me a bit, kind of be like mentors to me. And, you know, and that I think allowed me to sit back and be patient, not just mint all willy-nilly, not be all fucking stupid with how I wanted to do things. And of course I had my own little thought process, but the idea of taking that to the next level, I think who really is able to see from that high level? And I'm not saying myself, I'm saying like how many people in this space right now who joined in the last 6 months are able to think like that? The answer is there is none, because they don't have a formula, because there is no formula still. There is absolutely no way for anybody that is starting their music career in Web3 to understand how they can take a Web3 journey and take it into this old industry world and take the whole collector base with them, right? Because at the end of the day,
that was my question. How do you get number one on the Billboard starting from Web3? Basically, that would be a shifting moment for sure.
Oh, let's go, Spaced.
And shout out to Space Painter, who's on fire, and I share that fire.
Space Painter says, I'm about to drop my own bomb tomorrow about things that have been happening in the space. Spaced.
Yeah.
That's what we like. That's what we want here, baby. This is what this whole entire fucking crew is about. I feel like we are like, I mean, guys, we're the guys. We're the team. We're the squad. We're the ladies. We're the men. We're whatever you want to call yourself.
That's it.
All right. You call it whatever you want. All right. And the women. Yes. Shout out to the women. Come on. The best. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see. Come on. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to hear what Space Painter has cooking up, because that's what we need. We need fucking controversy. In fact, don't make me drop a hot take on him. I've been trying to keep quiet. Because there's so much shit I worked on the last 6 months.
On the side, I mean, we've talked about a lot of things already, but there are still other hot topics that are still on the back of my mind that I would love to have the follow-up word about as well. And there's been so much,
Exactly. Yeah, right. There's just so much. I mean, there's so much going on, and like, it's a good thing, you know. I think like, and look at us, we're still right here. Like, we ain't going nowhere. Like, this is you're not shaking us out. You know what I mean? You might have shaken down our portfolios about 90p, but at the end of the day, we are fucking here, alive, and we're not selling out, baby. We're fucking in on them. If anything, we're gonna benefit the people that are here for us now more than anything. That this is the time, right? Like, we fucking you do something now and you support now. Like, this is the time. This is really where it counts. You create some dope shit now, and like, and you're here to fucking support it. I think that's the real sign. And like, you know, anybody that's just even in this chat right now, even everybody that's in this Discord listening in, and we're just having this conversation. This is this is what it takes. Like we are keeping it alive. We're keeping the truth alive. We're keeping at least what we can about the truth alive, and trying to keep that idea of what we need to really be doing here alive, instead of just dazzling us with all this money, with just like, a dazzling drop, like, oh, look at how much money we've made for all of these artists. And like, that's great and all, but what are they doing with the money? What are they doing? Like, did they just finesse the game? Which, by the way, kudos to them, right? But like, long term, what are they going to do? They're going to have to come back and think of another plan. Like, they're going to have to start at square one again. Like, are they thinking long term? The answer is no. They're not thinking long term. They're thinking, I just got 25 sales and I'm going to take my money and I'm going to go and, pay my rent. They're going to do their thing. That's good. But the idea here is like, who are we enabling and who's got the real responsibility to be able to take this space to the place that it needs to go? And I don't know who that is. I'm not saying it's us 100%. I'm saying that we might be a little more likely. We might be a little more likely to, but yeah, man, they might not be the same, but whatever I feel we need to be more vocal. Yes. Who, me? Absolutely, Sandy. Yes, absolutely you. This is the time to talk that BS before it's too late. Let's go Spaced. Space is fired up. I fucking need that. I need that. Spaced fired up is big danger for everybody else. I wouldn't want that robot voice coming at me. I wouldn't want that German robot voice coming at me if I was the enemy. I'd be running for the hills. He's a German. Am I wrong? Am I just totally wrong by saying you're German?
That was random, but that was perfect.
I mean, they're the fuck. Yeah. I mean, the best. It's the best. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, what a great chat though. I'm really feeling that's fine. Whatever you think, that's the point. I have to be right. If I'm not right, if you're not German, I'm shocked. I mean, that's what I'd say. But
yeah, I miss that voice. It's in the back of my head to invite this voice on some music. Why not?
Yeah. Well, okay. I am being bombarded right now in terms of this individual is trying to contact me, but I'm not saying we wrap it up just this second. Maybe we do a little cool down and we try and wrap it up in the next 10 minutes, maybe 10, 15. But in the meantime, I did want to play a little not a sneak peek. It's not a sneak peek. I don't know why I said that. This is I want to play a video. I just want to share a video with you guys. It's a funny one. Or at least I think it's funny. I made a video. It's a very short video. And I'm curious if anybody can catch the nuances of it. I know that, I don't know, Mighty, have you seen it yet? I don't think you have. Oh my God, dude. Why didn't I share this with you? Fuck. Oh, this is going to be hilarious. You're going to love this. I know that Connie's seen it, but yeah. So this is a video in reference to my recent experience with the Chaos Camp, which if you were here the week after it dropped, I gave some takes on it. And let's just say those takes haven't changed. If anything, they got worse, like way worse. And I've yet to address it with the right people. And that's because, they fucking dipped out to like Peru or whatever. But
Greece.
Whatever, dude. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? You can't escape forever. That conversation is bound to happen, and it's going to be a fun one. But and I'm not even saying it's going to change anything. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Things happen, but things need to be at least conversated so they can stop bleeding in my mind. Shout out to Foxy Yoga. Let's go. I love to see the whole. This is literally the entire squad. I mean, everybody I've ever known within this space is here right now. Okay, so I have to share my screen with a new video here, and then I will play the video. And if you're actually already watching my screen, great. If not, and GB in here. GB, let's go. By the way, I don't know if Marty McFly's in here, but Marty McFly just left my server. It's okay. I don't really, I don't upkeep it that much, but that hurts my feelings. Okay. And I'm pretty sure GB, I'm pretty sure you dipped too. But that's okay. Listen, hey, you know what I mean? Fuck my server, right? No, I'm kidding. GB, I don't think you did. That's a lie. That's a lie. No, you didn't. I'm still there. Yeah. Hey, I don't know how to use it, all right, guys? I'm not a fucking Discord whiz. I try to keep it updated. All right, here we go. All right, wait. Oh, wait, sorry. I gotta actually share my screen here. Damn, I'm stupid.
Yeah, you already share your screen.
Oh, right. I have to shift it. That's what I have to do.
Mhm.
Change windows. Yes. Movies. Okay. All right. If I press this play, will you guys be able to see this? Can you see that? Did you see that visual?
No, it's still on the folder page.
GB just chatted it up in the chatting it up. I love that. That's fucking bars. All right, hold on. I got it now. I got it, guys. My bad. I fucked it up, but I got you. You guys are going to get it. You guys are going to get it. Trust me. You'll get it. You'll see the list. Hold on. My bad. I'm going to change it. My bad. I'm fucking it up. I'm blowing it. I'm blowing it. I'm blowing it. Give me a sec. I feel like an old man. All right, here we go.
Okay.
There we go. All right, here we go. Just a little, John. Just a little, John. Here we go. Sometimes you just gotta crunch some numbers, you know what I mean? Hey, Mai. What you up to? I'm just crunching some numbers. Okay. Yeah. All right. Hey, Mr. Mathematician in here. Stop it. Crunching numbers, huh, nerd? Stop it. Mother nerd. Yep. All right. That's enough. Anyways, Mai, we're about to go see a musical. Oh my god, dude. Who left a roach in my notes? You fucking scoundrels. Called Song. Oh wow, that sounds interesting. Yeah, come on. Mm-hmm. I'll be sure not to go. What? Okay. All right, fuck you then. Okay, you can leave.
Survive 'cause I always do it my way. Okay, I guess you got what you want, and now I suggest you just forget it and move on. Then, baby, you don't know how to take a cool, but I'm on it.
My golly. This can't be possible. I mean, these numbers just don't add up. This can't be possible. I don't know if the audio was there, but that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to close out the stream. Whatever. I don't know if you guys totally caught the nuances, but man, I loved it. I put the little snippet at the end. Dude, like here's the thing, right? Like why shouldn't I fucking blast that, right? Why shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's so fucking soft. Like I shared that with somebody else in the camp because I was like, hey, I'm gonna post this. They were like, dude, what you gotta do, bro? Like that's, I don't know if that's the vibe. You know what's not the vibe? Being a fucking pussy, all right? Like just because you have no idea just because you're happy with what you got and you didn't even deserve it, doesn't mean that I'm gonna sit back and be like, oh, okay, the guy who basically carried the whole fucking thing is gonna sit back and be okay with everything. No, I'm not gonna be okay with that because why the fuck would I? Makes no fucking sense. So, all right, just because we got the squad energy, I'm gonna blast it tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna post it tomorrow. Sorry, Connie. The only reason why I haven't posted it yet too is because I'm trying to keep all of the energy on this drop with Connie, and I'm trying to keep that as the forefront of my mind, and I'm trying to keep that the forefront of everything. Come on, Drago. Leave the Earth's shape out of this. Leave the Earth's shape out of this. Good globetard. Flat earthers. Come on, guys. I'm not a flat earther. I just don't believe that the Earth is a ball that's spinning at 666,000 miles per hour. We did talk about this at 3 a.m. That's true. We did, Sandy. Yes. You guys fucking bombarded me. But nonetheless, I just wanted to share that little clip because because I thought that it was perfect for the energy of what we're getting at here, guys. We gotta stand up. We gotta stand up. You know what I mean? Space Painter's talking like he's gonna come out swinging tomorrow. Maybe I need to come out swinging tomorrow. We all just need to come out swinging tomorrow. Is the moon flat too? GB, great question.
Swing day. We coordinate attack to speak out among crypto space.
I'm gonna be on a boat tomorrow. By the way, guys, I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna be on a boat. I'm gonna be indulging, and hopefully, I get my face out on. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, so is the moon flat too? I'm gonna have to say, no. Well, here's the thing, right? What is the moon? What is the moon? That's the real question, guys. The question is what is the moon? It's a luminary? Is it a hologram? Is it real? I don't fucking know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But I'll tell you what, you don't fucking know the answer. That's all I know. I know for a fact that Dragonate has 0 answers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The moon is cheese, and that's why we have audio problems. The moon also is what recycles your soul.
I don't know, but we are all going to the moon. That's all I can say.
The moon is possibly a space station. I can vibe with anything other than what they tell you the moon is. I can vibe with it being a space station, a satellite. I can vibe with it being a potential man-made. My saying I don't have answers for anything. Dragonade has consistently. Do you guys remember the episode where Dragonade was like, "Oh, we need to be nice to everybody. Why be mean?" And Dragonade consistently would just sit here and call me basically retarded the entire fucking show. But then again, I also call you retarded.
Number one, I never said to be nice to everybody. And number two, I never said that word because I don't say that word. The only time I say that word is when I'm extremely angry and venting about something with my mom. Not to my mom, with my mom.
Okay. All right. What other words do you say when you're really upset?
And we have recordings of all that shit too, so I can literally prove to you.
I'm just teasing you. Me and Dragonade had a nice little heart-to-heart. Actually, well, I wouldn't say it was a heart-to-heart, but we had a nice little...
I think we had a brain-to-skull.
Oh my god. See what I'm saying, guys? I can't get anywhere with this guy. He just bashes me. But nonetheless, we've had a really good we've had a great episode today. Dude, oh my god. Jesus. Me and Dragonade are gonna see eye to eye on this one day. Trust me. Mark my words, guys. As long as the MightyMai show lives.
Mark my words, no.
I love to see Dragonade back in good shape.
As long as the MightyMai show exists, I will forever convince Dragonade that he has no idea what size or shape the Earth is.
What did you say, Mighty?
No, I said I'm glad to see you back in good shape.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It is nice. It is nice. We enjoy it. Well, I mean, honestly though, what a great show though. You know, if you've been here tonight, you've seen a show of epic proportions. Mighty, FYI, I kept calling MightyMai. I you know what, Sandy? I actually do remember. I think you were right. I think you were calling. I thought you were calling me Mighty. So somebody was calling me Mighty whenever we were. So, honestly, a lot of people call me Mighty, and I'm just like, dude, I'm not Mighty. Or you kept calling you MightyMai. I'll take it. If I can be considered as glorious as that accent, then I'm fucking with it. I'm with it. Mistake me for him.
Talk about my accent.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I wish I had that accent. As most people hear my accent, they're like, dude, that guy sucks. You hear me start talking, you're like, he fucking sucks. Like, immediately. You're like, I don't even want to hear him. I don't even care if he's saying words. I don't even care if he's telling me what I'm going to do tomorrow. I couldn't say my without mighty. I mean, what that branding on point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the opposite for me. I could listen to your voice a lot, I think. But yeah.
Well, hey, just so you know, syntax is on World 2. That's I think the one song that I think you really told me first. You were like, "This is my favorite song of yours."
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure. I was pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know if you actually know what I'm talking about, but
yeah, absolutely.
let's go. But yeah.
But yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I can play us out with listening to something. Actually, I had in mind to play one of your Connie's track from the drop.
Oh, please.
And yeah.
Dude, maybe play Parasite.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's perfect timing. We were just kind of talking about all this stuff. It's like, yeah. And by the way, if anybody has heard, you guys all heard the original version of Parasite, which was originally called Fungus.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just my track, and then I got Connie on it, and then I decided Connie bodied me on the song, and I was like, I'm just gonna take my verse off and let Connie have the song. so that's what happened. Make a song about Rose Escobar. I might have to. I honestly might have to at this point. I love that my name's still Rose Escobar. I'll keep it for a while. We'll ride with that. It's better than Vax God. Everybody's all sensitive about Vax God, so we'll do that.
But yeah, really looking for the drop. Excited about it.
I think we voted in the chat on the name, right? Well, no, yeah, that was when we both were on the track, though. I'm just saying that I opted out of being bodied on my own song. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember when everybody used to think yeah was like my ad lib, but my went backskis. Oh yeah, my version's still gonna be called Fungus, but I'm glad that he went with Parasite because that's absolutely that's why I was super down with that. I like the name Parasite. I just didn't like it for my song because I'm talking about fungus. Even though that fungus is a parasite, the parasite is more explained in Connie's verse, whereas mine is talking about the fungus, right? It's that black goo. It's a black goo. He'll tell you about it in the verse.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Carolina for that incredible po-op. And I don't think it's a coincidence that it's a digital tape. Come on now. Oh man. That John just keeps growing, huh?
But yeah.
But hey, what?
Get your part. Okay. Thanks, Carolina. It is beautiful. And yeah, that was a great show. That was a great time meeting you again here after all these epics times. And yeah, I'm really looking forward the drop on async. We both have access as well to use that tool now, and that's interesting.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that today. I was shocked. I got the email this morning. I was like, this is sick. I tried to like log in and look at the stuff. It's incredibly confusing, but that'll be fun. I'll probably do something interesting for World 2 or World 3. But yeah, I don't know. Or maybe something with the I Am songs. I don't know. There's a lot that I could play with that. I think that's super dope. I think it's ironic that I got accepted to fucking async, which in my opinion is way more cool than fucking sound before I'm dropping on sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've talked with the owner of sound many times. Not to mention I talked with him in person, which by the way, the conversation in person was actually good. By the way, Mighty, he brought you up. He said you guys are boys. So that was good. I thought that was hilarious. But hey, listen, I was all about it. No, I mean not like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's a political guy. You know, he knows what he's doing. He knows what to say. He's a smart guy, but he's not fucking fooling me. All right. I hope he's listening. I'm just kidding. Please let me drop on your platform, dude. Please, dude. I need it. Please let me drop on your platform, please, dude. I'll never fucking make it if I don't drop on your platform, please, dude. Just kidding. Anyways. All right, let's ride him out. Let's hit him with the Parasite.
All right. But yeah. I want to wish everyone a good week. We're going to wrap this up, and thanks for the feel. Um, really, it's as if I've been in NFT and Oasis thanks to the squad, and I really enjoy having the luck to be there with you and continue to disrupt this space. And yeah, I kind of on the side of Space Painter this week, being on fire about everything I see, but still keeping calm and trying to yeah, digest about what's what basically, and and yeah, I wish everyone to rest after that event, and yeah, come back with the best vibes, and yeah, don't hesitate to as well disturb a little bit the status quos and the false leaders and stuff like that. And if there's a community that's best and that could point to the real issues, you know, after thinking twice and 3 and 4 times, just to point to the right things and not, you know, create noise on top of noise. I think that's really here. Yeah, that's really it. So
Beautifully said.
once again, I'm blessed about this, and yeah, can't wait to meet next week. And yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you, Mighty, for joining. Well, I mean,
My
thank you
pleasure.
for letting me join you.
And as well, I can't wait to get back to music. I'm still accumulating loops, and there's things that might come your way sooner than later. And yeah, I'm excited about this part as well. Still in the fog when it comes to what it will exactly be or look like, but at least there's a lot of materials that are on the way, and that I would love to do even more collaboration with you, and not only. So yeah, I mean, get on that album. Whoever wants to drop a line, Easy, Sandy, Carolina, you're invited. And actually, I'm kind of in the mood to make I don't know, like I don't know, it sounds specific or whatever, but something that includes the the squad, and I don't know, I would, and be,
Ooh.
you know, that voice that we want to be loud about, but in subliminal ways, you know. But I know in some regard it sounds, you know, it can look interested, or I don't know, but it's not my vibe. I actually believe in a way that we can make interesting sounds, because that's what I'm really looking for as well. I don't want to make, you know, the next type beat, and I think that process will come out of yeah.
Love it.
Sorry,
I love it.
looking for the word, but sharing basically, and not be alone on this. And if there's when I think of people I want to invite collaborating on it, I only think of what's going on here, and so I'm open. But yeah, I yet have to export a little bit of what I've been accumulating to start the process and see where this leads me. So yeah, can't wait to make you listen some of the new stuff cooking.
I'm excited. So excited.
All right.
On.
Sandy says
So
she's in.
It's always tough saying goodbye. It's always tough.
Yeah.
But here we are.
But yeah, bye bye guys. I'm gonna play that Parasite track by Connie Digital. That will be part of the Async Blueprint release in 2 days. Is it Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay. And yeah, let's meet next week and talk about that.
Let's go.
Bye, Mai. Thank you. That's so
bye
cool
bye,
to be with you.
Always, man. Always. Such a pleasure. And same goes for everybody else in the chat. But it is such a good time. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Woo.
Real rap, middle finger to your group chat. I throw a shot, bitch, you better shoot back. Real rap, middle finger to your group chat. I throw a shot, bitch, you better shoot back.
It's a movie, it ain't real. Parasites want your light, nigga, tell me how you feel. Blood, sweat, tears, yeah, left it on the field. I ain't running shit back, cause I'm ready for the kill. Fuck that deal. It's a problem, we get violent, that's no way to solve a problem. People starving, other people disregarded, kinda feel like I'm ignored. Give a fuck about rapport, yeah, I did that first. I did that shit before. It's only right, it's only life. Pimping like I'm Dolomite, control the mic. It might be the coldest night, the darkest night, no Christian Bale. We made bail after last night, yeah. Hit the gas, fuck the gas light, yeah. It's round 12, this the last fight, yeah. You don't know what my past like, my past life. It used to be a sad sight, for real. Keep faith, that's what my peeps say. Deep faith, keep faith for Pete's sake. Yeah, hallelujah. I hate to be the one to break it to you, breaking news. Black goo on the move, huh?
The next topic is going to be black goo. And this black goo has something with communication penis. This is in the black magic tradition. These black goo fists are used to communicate. It is described that they live as light parasites, and this is basically what the entire black magic tradition is about. Being with black magician means to communicate with those archons and offering them access to your physical light system, feeding them with biophotons, feeding them with life force, and in exchange they offer power.